Every stylish guy knows what takes an outfit from good to great is the attention to detail. And nothing completes a look like the right belt. You know what ruins a great outfit fast? A worn out belt that doesn't fit right. Most guys are still rocking belts with stretched out holes that either pinch your waist or sag and throw off the whole look. That's why I'm excited to partner with today's sponsor, Anson Belt & Buckle. This family-run company has been around since 2009 and they've completely reimagined how belts should work. Instead of holes, Anson Belt uses a micro-adjustable track system with quarter-inch increments. That means you get the perfect fit every single time. And once you feel that kind of comfort and precision, you'll never want to wear a traditional belt again. The best part, you can mix and match every buckle with any strap. One box set gives you 9 different belt combos, so you'll get to maximize versatility with way less clutter in your closet. But this isn't just about style, it's about feeling more comfortable, more confident, and more put together every time you get dressed. Anson Belt moves with you, so whether you're sitting, standing, or on the go, you're always comfortable and always looking sharp. I've been wearing mine nonstop, and honestly, it's the best belt I've ever owned. Once you try it, you will see exactly what I mean. You won't go back. And here's why you can trust them. They're still proudly family-owned. They've earned over 40,000 5-star reviews, and every belt is backed by a lifetime guarantee on functionality. They stand behind every product they make, and once you try one, you'll understand why. And because Anson Belt & Buckle is sponsoring today's video, when you click the link in the description or scan this QR code to build a box set, you'll get 2 bonus pieces, a buckle and a strap completely free. That's 3 buckles and 3 straps, which you can mix and match into 9 unique belt combos all in one box. It's an exclusive deal you won't get anywhere else, so click the link, build your set, and upgrade your belt games today.
What it do, man? How you gentlemen doing? How you doing?
What's happening?
What's good, fellas? What's happening?
Hank, you gotta let me get that.
Hank, what's up, good brother?
Get that Michael Myers up off you in the background, big dog.
You want the Michael Myers?
Yeah, I need to get that up off you.
You sure you ain't talking about Chucky, right? You ain't talking about the Chucky doll, right?
I'm cool with Chucky, bro, but no, I'm a big Michael Myers guy.
I got a couple of them back there, brother. I
Yeah, I need to go ahead and figure out and negotiate these prices. That way it'll have some sentimental value behind it.
So I got the one I think you talk about is probably the 18-inch one. Then I got a 7-inch one.
Pause.
Yo, chill out there.
Yeah, definitely pause on that one.
A little bit too much.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. I saw these niggas' faces. I already knew what time it was, man. As soon as you said that. Hard.
Right on.
Well, it's good to see you guys, man. Let's see what we got in the chat. What's going on? Christopher Matthews. Gino says, men have given up on dating. What's going on? Carrie says, salute to the brothers and sisters. Black men stand up. Mrs. Hinkins in the house. What's going on, man? Bakerman, JR panel in chat. Dory G is in the house. What's going on, Miss Erica? How you doing? Brano as well said, what's up? Dory G responding back saying, keep them, Hink. I love horror movies.
Yeah, Dory hating. Tell Dory I'm trying to negotiate over here. Don't work against me.
She being foul, I see. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, also make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you are catching this on a replay, hit that like button. Also make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Got an excellent show ahead for you guys. We might have some more people pulling up. We should have some people pulling up. We may be running a little bit behind, but we're going to get the show started per usual. Are men really competing in a dating market or just complaining? This topic came up as I was combing through last Thursday's show. I pulled up a few points that Brother Jeff had brought up. Now, it's not in its entirety, but I was trying to figure out what type of conversation that I can pull from this clip, which we're going to discuss today. So I'll go ahead and run a little bit of this clip, and then we'll go ahead and get into it.
The main point I was trying to bring up is you typically had a run that your 18-year-old male counterpart didn't. He has to build up his value. So if the 18-year-old man effectively has very little to offer most single women, so he has to learn what women want and obtain it and become it. A woman that refuses to adjust to the type of man that she wants is effectively the equivalent of a male incel, involuntary celibate. Involuntary celibate is a male that can't get access to women and he refuses to do something about it. Damn. So that loser over there to the left, that guy that's not, that nobody, no woman's checking for, and he's refusing to put the work in to adjust to the market of what women's expectations are so that he can get not only the caliber of woman that he wants, but access to women, period. And they actually do it now with men and women, with now they're telling men and women what each side wants to hear, which is what's driving the gender war thing even worse. So now you have this whole market of podcasters, red pill space, black pill space, where it's everything that's wrong in society is because of women. That's how they're marketing it. And now the guys who's not getting the success that they want in the dating market, the issue is the women. So that's the reason for why I can't get the type of woman I want. It's because of the women. If the women was better, then everything will be fine. And then on the other side, all the issues are men. Men ain't men no more. The reality is, yeah, we all got work to do. But to me, if you become more aware of the propaganda and indoctrination and the attempts to pander to you, you'll actually know when politicians are lying to you, when life coaches are lying to you, when podcasters are lying to you. Now you see through it.
Yes, Brother Jeff, I'm speaking some gems right there. One of the things that he pointed out was he said we all got some work we need to do. And he highlighted the men as well and how their outlook on dating is, which prompted that question: are men really competing in the dating market or just complaining? So my first question that I want to pose to the panel is, what does competing in the dating market look like for a man in 2025? Go ahead, Real Dope.
Well, I mean, I hear so much complaining, but I can't. It might just be the spaces that I'm in. Like, it might just be what I'm viewing. I hear a lot of complaining. In terms of what dating looks like for men in 2025. Hold on. I said hold on. In terms of what dating looks like for men in 2025. I mean, I've been in a relationship for a minute. The only thing that I can say is, like, the things that I tell men all the time is to continue to get your bag, continue to work on yourself. Women going to come. Work on yourself, work on your discipline, work on your emotional intelligence, things like that. Work on, how to be a leader, and the money aspect. Women are going to come. Like, so, yeah, that's my take right now.
So you think women are gonna come as long as you work on those things? The women are gonna come. It's just because
I feel like, in terms of this, the dating market, good high value men will always be the prize. Even though I do feel like once you find the woman that you want, she's your prize. But I believe that just in a general sense, a man who is high earning, high character will always be at the top of the market, because it's so hard to find those aspects that women are looking for. Versus, I think it's so easy to find what I'm looking for in a woman. I just want a woman who's going to be loyal to me, and is going to be feminine. Like, that's really, who's going to follow my lead. That's all I need. So those things, I think it's a ton of women out here who just want a man who's going to be loyal to them. And they say that's hard to find. I don't really know, but the women are saying that's hard to find. So if I know that I'm gonna be loyal to you, and I got these other traits, I know I'm up here, you know? So, yeah.
All right, Willie, it's on you. Same question. What does competing in the dating market look like?
Competing is just pure competition, making sure that you're desirable, doing the things it takes to be desired by the women you want to be desired by. So, and I think that the majority of men are doing that. I think I also believe that a lot of us, once we do that work and we get there, we're not impressed by what we see. We do the work, we become desirable, we get into spaces that we need to be in. We have this power, status, network, pull, money, fitness, education, leadership, all of those things they look for. But then when we actually, make it here and we're looking at the women that are around, there's not a lot of them that we feel are worthy of being with us, given all that work that we've put in. So a lot of guys, you just decide to, to keep it purely physical with a lot of these women. But I mean, in all fairness, the majority of them are only worth those types of relationships anyway.
All right. What about you, Law? What does competing in the dating market look like for a man in 2025?
Man, so like some of the other brothers on the panel, I've been out for a while, right? But I also mentor a lot of guys. I got a lot of young men underneath me, and real talk, some of the stories that I hear them tell me are unbelievable, right? So it's kind of like, man, what should they be doing to compete? It's hard to find something to compete for out here because I'm gonna keep it real. They act like they're for everybody. You know what I mean? And that's not necessarily just from the way the young men are treating them. It's the way, what the quality of woman that's out there right now. And this is something that I'm hearing from multiple young men with good things going on. And you hear some of the, I want to say horror stories that they got to deal with. And I'm just like, man, I'm glad I'm out the game because it's kind of hard it's not much out there to compete for. You gotta search with a fine tooth comb.
All right, Hank.
Excuse me. What does competing in a dating market look like for a man in 2025? Man, it's tough. It's tough. I have conversations with these young bulls, man, about that age, between the 18 all the way up to about 22, 23. And, they're in the process of learning, trying to figure it out, whether it's, going to college or going to a trade school or just working a 9-to-5 job and still out there trying to find somebody who they think is, up to whatever standards that they may have at that age. And they realize they got to compete. And unfortunately, some of these young bulls got to compete with guys our age. Let's be honest. You got some guys who our age are looking for a young woman, and a 23, 24, 25-year-old women, 21-year-old women. And so now they got to compete with them, and they don't have the resources that some guys at our age has. They don't have the experience that they have. And it's almost like really high school all over. You know what I'm saying? You know how some of the young girls was going off campus and getting them guys who are already graduate 21, 22. And like, damn, man, I can't even find a girl my age because they out there trying to find the older dudes. Well, guess what? Once they get past high school, it's not going to be no different. You got to compete. And if they're already behind the 8 ball because they don't have the financial resources, they're already behind the 8 ball because they don't have the experience. So now some of them feel defeated. So yeah, there's going to be a certain level of competition they're going to have to deal with. Hopefully they have the confidence enough to really handle that. And we all seen a lot of these young boys ain't got the confidence to get rejected. So imagine what they're dealing with mentally that they have to deal with on a regular basis. They got to compete with older dudes. They got to compete with dudes their own age, and at the same time still trying to figure out, am I going to be able to have the resources to entertain a young woman? And of course, we know most of them don't. They still live at home with their parents trying to figure it out. Some of them ain't got really no reliable means of transportation if they not Ubering. You know what I'm saying? That little piece of car they got ain't gonna really hold up to par because, he slided these girls are superficial, like, ooh. You know, now back in the day, we used to call them hoopties. I don't know what they call them, broke down, better keep a upper card type of card now. I don't know what they still call that or not. Or maybe I'm just showing my age. But yeah, it's tough for them boys. So, you know, if you got your sons and your nephews and your cousins and your little brothers, man, it's definitely make sure you educate them, you teach them and let them know, hey, man, there's going to be the one woman, man. You know, you might have missed out on, and she missed out on her, so be it. She wasn't meant for you. Keep it moving, man. Keep it moving. So don't be scared to compete. You know what I'm saying? Just like we did in the sports game. Don't be scared to compete. But just know, you know, try to figure out which one's the right one for you. And don't just go for anything, just to say you have one. That's the worst mistake you can do. So I'll leave it there.
Quick question. What age range are we talking about? Specifically, I guess, Hank, what age range were you talking about when you were just referring to with the young men?
The age range I was talking about, like I said, 18 to 22 is the younger. Okay. Some of my son's teammates that I have regular conversation and hear them out and hear what's going on and what they're dealing with. That's the age range I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm going a little older.
Do y'all feel
like my bad?
No, do y'all feel like for that? Do y'all feel like things are still relative? So, like, for example, if I'm 18 and I got a car, do y'all see me as a top tier? Like, is that still a top tier guy for 18-year-old women? Or like, is it, or do you need more than that now?
I'm gonna be honest, I can't answer that question. It'd be kind of hard for me. I mean, when I was younger, that's the way it was. If you had a car and we was in high school, like 16, 15, and you was the man, but those standards could have changed since then. You know, especially now since the internet came into place, it's so much easier for people to get money. And so I would imagine that even some of these young dudes are getting to the bag and not necessarily on the streets. It could just be their influence.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm curious about, because I know my niece, she young, like probably like 19, 20, and her boyfriend got a little car, and it's like, you know, he take her, he can pick her up and drop her off, and that's like everything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, like, you know, what the dating market like for young boys now.
All right, but I do want to keep the conversation going, but I do want to kind of focus on men in particular, and not necessarily like the young generations. I mean, it could be somebody in their 20s, but I'm just speaking to men in general. Do we believe most men are actually putting in the work or just reacting emotionally to rejection?
I can tell you my opinion. I don't believe most men are putting in the work at all. I don't think so. I think a lot of men make excuses, and I don't know where they get it from, but like I can't stand excuses. Like, it's just something that I'll check any young guy around me who's making excuses. Don't make excuses, just do it. We don't complain about the dating market. You know, you just do what you got to do to conquer it. It is what it is. Like, and yeah, that's just how I see things in life.
All right, what about you, Law?
Do I think that they're actively competing? Yes, but again, I think it's just saturated in the quality market, right? So, like, I'm talking about brothers right now between 25 and 30, right? In between that age gap, maybe a little older. It's few and far in between. You know what I mean? And it's not hard to compete if you quality.
No, I'm not talking about competing no more. I'm talking about this is a whole other question. Do we believe most men are actually putting in work?
Oh, my bad.
Or just reacting emotionally to rejection?
Emotionally, or I think that from my point of view, I think they're putting in the work, but only to a certain degree, right? I think they're actually rejecting off smaller things, right? You know what I mean? I think that they see that they have a whole lot of options out here based on what the internet shows you, but that also makes it smaller. You know what I mean? Those same options are available to your homeboys, right? Because they can find that same woman. I see a lot of them running into the circles of, you know, a lot of the women in those same circles are dealing with homies and so on and so forth, or have in the past. So now it's not really much to, to actually put in the work for. They're only looking for a certain thing with them, right? They're not going to take them serious because they've already known that they've been with their homeboy here and there. So now I can't take you serious, but I still mess with you. You know what I mean? That's what I see a lot of. I think they need to kind of open up their circles.
All right, what about you, Willie?
I don't think the majority of men are doing anything but complaining as far as doing the actual work. I mean, because a lot of people are okay being average. They're okay having just enough. So I don't think that there's a bountiful mindset when it comes to the work we're talking about putting in to become competitive as a man. So no, I don't think that. And I mean, I'm a math-based thinker. If more men were putting in work, then women wouldn't only be trying to date 20% of all men. So that number would be bigger. So I think only 20% of men are putting in the work that women are actually deeming as what they want to see from men they're trying to date. I don't have an issue with it, but I also think that men are okay being average. Like an average guy is cool. He's happy. His job is paying his bills. I'm saying he's not struggling. He's not doing anything. And he's not having to say, go out here and work, 3 or 4 jobs. Like he's just an average dude living an average life. A lot of guys are comfortable with that. And then, from there, they just say, now I just got to get the woman I can. And that tends to be what happens.
So when you put that age in, because I have a 27-year-old dude that I mentor, and he's soon to be off the dating market. He's engaged right now. So congratulations to my guy for being engaged. So a lot of these young cats, man, they not looking to get married. They not trying to be married. They just trying to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what they call it. And so I mean, so be it. If that's what you want to do, if you don't feel like marriage is what you want to do, it's not your end goal, so be it, man. But what I would say, are you going to still have to compete to even, not even get married, but just to find a good woman? Yeah, you have to compete even in that. And then, a lot of women say they want to be married, then that's cool. But you got to find a woman who doesn't have a problem with being married and still try to find her worthy enough to be a good woman, just to have as a woman, not even to be a wife, but just a woman. Man, that's hard right now for them. I say it all the time, man, I'm glad I'm not in the field no more. I couldn't imagine. I'll say it again, the married dudes are winning. Some of you motherfuckers say, fuck married. Okay, cool. I understand, man. That's not your thing. My opinion, I'm glad I'm not in the field. I feel sorry for our nephews and cousins that are going to be out there looking for a woman, trying to find a decent relationship, trying to find a decent woman who's respectful, who doesn't move and operate like some of these other ones do, who's trying to separate themselves, which is real hard to even do that. Why? Because of the type of things that they may be into are the circles they surround themselves with. They still move and act like some of these model women, even though they say, well, I don't act like those type women. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to differentiate y'all from them. So fellas, you just got to be vigilant, be aware, make sure you pay attention, do a lot more listening than talking. Really ask tough questions as soon as you can. Don't try to keep putting it off or putting it to the side. Don't be afraid of the answers that these individuals are going to give you. If you can't rock with their answers, then don't waste your time. Don't keep moving forward with them. Don't do it and move on until you can find that woman that's going to rock with whatever standards, whatever morals, whatever things you are looking for in a woman. Keep it moving. Don't be mad at a response. Don't be mad at an answer. Don't take it hard. Don't go off and talk about you. No, don't do that. Just move on. Just move on.
Should a man have to change himself to get the type of woman he desires, or should he stay authentic and wait for someone who accepts him?
It depends. I say it all the time. You know, I like women think that they deserve certain things. They deserve a certain type of man. I think that you deserve what you sacrifice for. You know, you deserve what you work for. So if there's an ideal woman that you have, I think you need to meet her standard, or else, you know, desire something else. But if a woman desires me, then she should meet my standard of a woman. So that's, you know, that's just the way I see it.
Look, I don't have no problem with a man change. Go ahead, Law. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, you got it, Hank. You got it.
No, I don't have no problem with a man changing as long as it doesn't affect his morals. Is the reason why he's changing. I don't have no problem with that. If he feels like he needs to, he works a lot. He's one of those type of men who likes to work a lot. And it's like baby, I wish you just wouldn't work as much. I understand you doing 40 hours. I understand even doing overtime here or there, doing a 50 hour. But baby, when you get into doing the 60s and you working 6 days a week, that's a little bit too much. I ain't got a problem with that. It shouldn't affect his morals if he did make that type of adjustment and not work that much, working 6 days a week and only have 1 day. I could roll with that. But if it's affecting your morals and she's asking you to change, yeah, don't do that, fellas. Stand on your square on that. If it's affecting your morals, you stand on that. Don't change for her, because it's affecting morals, and then that's going too far. But if it's something that a minor adjustment that's not going to affect your morals, I'm good with that.
Yeah, agreed.
Go ahead, Law.
I'm saying, I think, you know, it's always going to be certain things that you have to kind of change, just like a woman is going to change when you get with her. She's going to mold to your liking, to things that you accept and don't accept, and vice versa. Like, you know, before you got with her, you probably, you might stay out till 5 a.m. because it didn't matter. Now, once you get your woman, you know, you're going to have to change those sort of things. You're not going to keep coming in at 5 a.m. every day. You know what I'm saying? You start to change. You start coming home at night and all that kind of stuff. So there's certain things that you do have to acquiesce to being with the woman, being in a relationship, and vice versa.
How you feeling about this, Willie? Should a man have to change himself to get the type of woman he desires?
Yeah, if he's not good enough, if he's not what she wants, yeah, that's kind of like a dude saying, "No, I shouldn't. I should be able to stay fat and get whatever woman I want." Like, women have standards too, so typically, if you don't naturally meet those standards for the types of women you want, you have to put in the work to become that, or you can't realistically expect those women to choose you. It's the same thing for men. A woman has to put the work in to be chosen by the men that they want. It's not that's not even complicated. Like, you can't just, that whole take me as I am shit. If men started trying to adopt that, they're gonna be super feminine. It's just gonna get worse, because that's some shit women say. Like, well, you just gotta take me as I am. I need a man that can handle me. Like, if dudes adopted that feminine mindset, that is not gonna work, because we're supposed to be the leaders, and we can say affect change and create spaces where, you know, it's okay for men to try to actually be okay, bettering themselves. We can't adopt that. We're saying, I know a lot of men are being raised by women, but we kind of need to keep that masculine, like, imperative about us when it comes to stuff like this, at least.
All right. How you feeling about this, M. White? Should a man have to change himself to get the type of woman he desires, or should he stay authentic and wait for someone who accepts him?
Shit. I think it's a little bit of both. Like, you need to be able to find somebody being your authentic self, but then there are things that potentially could be something you need to work on. So I don't want to tell nobody to just stay 100% who they are. And most people, women or men, tell them like, bro, you blow up all the time, or bro, you aggravate. Like, it's things about your personality that's off-putting to in general. And people say, well, I'm just gonna be me. And if nobody likes that, then nobody likes that. I think like those things, when they're universal, just need to be changed about yourself. So I don't want to say with certainty, just don't never change, because some people need to change some things. Shit, I seen somebody in the comments was like, men become like rougher. I had to become softer. So it's a give and take sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like some things may be too much. You might be too far on one extreme, and you gotta kind of reel it back in. And that was beneficial to me because it was practice for when I was gonna have kids. So I had to be more patient and soft and things like that. But yeah, like sometimes you do have to change just for the better of you. But you should find somebody that appreciates who you are internally. Now, when it comes to things like say he was saying like being overweight, I think that's a change you need to make for the betterment of you. And some people just aren't attracted to people that are bigger. You know what I'm saying? Some people, some women, some men. Like I got a physicality type. You should be doing that for yourself, but you can't expect somebody to want something that you know they don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's not their ideal thing. And like, well, shit, just take me as I am. Like, nah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I think a lot of people use that authentic self excuse to like not grow, you know, to like not grow as a person, to think that they don't have nothing to change. I was talking to some guys last week about like kind of like I was saying that I think every man should have a decent digital footprint, right? And they were saying like I can get hoes in person and I don't gotta make sure my Instagram is cool. Like if you don't like, I shouldn't need my Instagram and all that type of stuff. Like you can't run away from it. You can't run away from the internet. You can't run away from social media. It's not going to do nothing but get deeper and deeper into our lives as the future goes on. It's not going to get less. You know, like your LinkedIn profile isn't going to become less relevant. It's going to become more relevant. So you can't run away from it and use that excuse. I remember 20 years ago, people were saying, "Oh, you a weirdo. You on Instagram. You a Instagram person. Look at these people making millions and millions of dollars off of social media, YouTube, and all these type of things." And they called them weirdos back then. People, so that's just kind of like adding to that idea that people don't want to change, and using that as an excuse. I'm not a social media person. What are you talking about? Everybody's going to be a social media person. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm part of the I ain't want to do all the Instagram shit and like, and I see the benefit to it now, but I still haven't done it.
But don't you wish you would have started 20 years ago?
If I was trying to like get paid through Instagram, absolutely. If that was like my goal, I do still feel like, well, I still believe to the best of my knowledge that in person I'm still gonna win.
Okay.
But it might be a one-off scenario because I'm like an oddity amongst other people. So
yeah. But at least let's say YouTube. Do you wish you would have started on YouTube 20 years ago?
the day I do my first content video, then I say yes. I haven't done nothing.
But don't you wish you did your first content video 20 years ago?
He hasn't done one.
Imagine where you would be now.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, imagine, because let's say you do it tomorrow. You
right.
don't
then
imagine
I wish I would. Then I would, if I do it tomorrow, I wish I did it 20 years ago.
So I was
just saying it's not a thing in my head because
like, I don't really do YouTube, right? I don't do YouTube yet. But I plan on doing YouTube because I'm looking at people like JR. I'm looking at people like Anton Daniels, and I'm like, I want that money too. I want that. I want to tap into some of that too. And I want to tap into that. You know, so I wish I would have did it 20 years ago. I wish I would have did all this stuff 20 years ago. But it's never too late to start. But
the other aspect of that is I enjoy living my life in reality. I enjoy living in the moment. I enjoy not. Because I see, like, one of the things that threw me off about the social media thing is, like, say you go out to eat with somebody and you see people at other tables just taking pictures, posing and shit. And then it just look like they're not really enjoying what they doing. They just there to get a clip in social media. Like that to me is like annoying. And then like this may be, I don't know, like having to have a representative online in order to be taken serious in real life, it always bothered the fuck out of me. Plus, I'm from the era of publicity, not self-promotion. So that shit is another thing that was hard. Like, you needed other people to tell your story versus you running around saying, "Hey, look at me, guys. Hey, look at me, guys." Like I had a mental block with just feeling like, man, that shit kind of lame, bro. Like, why do I need to go around and say, "Hey, look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing." I still struggle from that shit today. I'll do something. He's like, God damn, that's what you was on. Yeah, but you ain't never let nobody know. Why did I need to? Like that's how I be feeling. Like, why did I need to let somebody know I was moving like this or doing something like this? You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but I get the point. If you, especially if you're trying to make money with it.
Yeah, if you're trying to make money, like I'm talking about from an aspect of trying to make money, but even in the sense of like, it doesn't matter what type of car none of us drive, but we will be lying if we said that the type of cars that we drive didn't influence how people treat us. We'd all be lying. Like
I want the question. I agree.
I'm just saying it's like the same way with your social media can influence how people treat you. It's just one of those, the way you dress can influence how people treat you. Not to say that it's important. Well, it will become more and more important as time goes. People going to have robot girlfriends probably in 30 years. Like your grandson might come home with an AI girlfriend, and you be like, "What the hell? What are you doing?"
Right? Hey, one, AI is incredible. Two, so I say Childish Gambino do an interview on the Breakfast Club, and he was saying he dresses like he's like homeless because he don't want people when they interact with him to be inauthentic with how they would treat a regular person. I always thought that was dope. And the people who like you need to have a suit on or make sure you impress them with your scholastic abilities and lead with your money. I try and avoid those people, honestly. Like if you need to see me in a suit and you need to know about my college degrees and my basketball history and all that for you to treat me like a human, I don't really want to know you. Also for real shit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely as far as a personal relationship, but in terms of just like leveraging what you can to get what to even, let's say you might be running late for somewhere. You might be at a club and like if somebody know who you are, let's say they see it, something like they gonna let you in. Now you might not care for that person in real life to add into your your circle of friends, but in that moment you would love to leverage the car you're driving or the relationships that you have to be like, yo, I know this person or I am this person. Can you let me in? If that makes sense.
Don't that feel weird to you though?
I never did it yet, but I'm just saying if you can leverage it, why not?
I don't think it should feel weird. I think it's foreign to most people though. But it's not I'm not gonna hold you. One of the reasons why I don't put on suits and don't wear them when I'm in business settings is because everybody else has them on. And smart people know that the person in the jeans and the t-shirt, that's the dangerous guy. Like that's the guy that's saying probably makes everybody else in that suit move, me in that room move. So putting yourself in that position will keep you from having to wear suits. I don't like being treated differently because of the car that I'm in, but what I do appreciate about the vehicles that I drive is that the conversation that started. It starts with people and the opportunities that, to meet people that I would have never met if I was driving a 7 Series BMW or if I was driving a Benz. I would have never met these people because they would have never spoke to me. But then now a simple conversation turns into an opportunity to make more money because some of the things about having those like cars or what stuff y'all guys are talking about is the opportunity. It's like a networking like piece. Like, Shannon Sharp unfortunately got this shit going on, but he said, hey, I don't wear this watch to tell you, what I'm saying, to tell time. I'll tell you that I wear it so you can know how valuable my time is. So watches, cars, all that stuff, there is a large group of people who tend to be doing the things that we aspire to do as far as financially speaking goes and being able to make moves that we make that prioritize those things. So you having like your outfit on right now, but the right watch will make the right people talk to you compared to just being dressed like that and not, they won't. So I don't think that it's weird, but I do think it's super foreign though.
And also I think that a lot of times it's a feeling of safety. Like when you see somebody else that has something, that I can talk to this person about the things that I enjoy, right? Like I would never, it's certain friends that I have that I would never talk to about cars because I'm like, why would I do that? I know they probably can afford them and the things that I can afford and certain type of things. So I'm not going to do that with certain friends. But I might meet Willie and be like, oh, you driving that? Oh yeah, let me talk to you about everything I got planned coming down the pike. Let me talk about all the business deals I got coming down the pike because I know that that's the type of person he is and that's the type of things that he prioritizes and enjoys and that's his passion. I wouldn't talk to my homies that's security guards, bouncing about yo, I got these business deals, I got this, that, and the third. They're not interested in that, and I don't want to make them feel a certain type of way. But when you see somebody with a certain watch watch on and you like watches, and y'all both like, you like, okay, you might be getting to it too. Maybe we can, maybe we can network. So yeah.
Okay, so you guys you guys have this, go ahead, White.
I was gonna say, Willie, did I ever we had conversations in the back, right? Conversation. Did me explaining more of my life make you fuck with me because I talked to you about some of the stuff? Or did it actually I might not have told you nothing about me.
No, we talked. I would say it didn't make me fuck with you more. I fucked you out of my respect for you as a man and a content creator. But what having that conversation did was make me understand we have a lot more in common than I previously knew. It showed me that there are other areas that we definitely align on outside of this content creation space. And then also it showed me, like they're saying, just for in summary, that you somebody I could fuck with in real life. That's what happens. But the thing is, this show is the catalyst for that conversation, right? No one is saying like that our security or whatever is tied to these things. But again, for just the watch example, because I'm a huge watch guy, the amount of every time I go to the casino or I go to a function, someone talks to me about my watch. That someone that talks to me about that watch it tends to be, I'd say 1 out of 2, every 50% of the time, someone that I can do business with later. And I buy the watches because I know the watches are good investments. That's why I wear them. But the side effect of that is people see me wearing some of those watches and they're like, well, hey, it's just it's curiosity. And that's one of the things about a lot of people lead with curiosity in that space. They're like, hey, I wonder, he's got that watch. If he has this thing, it makes me curious about what he does to be able to afford said thing. Because people with money and who are doing business try to hang out with, network, and meet other people doing business. So like, to your example, people who have similar backgrounds and are doing similar things can connect because it just makes sense. Because it's easy to talk to someone like you. I know I've got a lot in common with you based on like the childhood we came up with, where we're the type of cities we're from, the types of things we've done, the types of wild shit that we've been into. Being able to connect with somebody like that on my level that has like the same type of wild shit that I've had go on, that's rare. So I'm automatically gonna connect with someone like that. So I mean, it's super easy. It's not I don't think that any of us are saying that these things are like our identity is tied to them. I don't think that's the case, but at the same time, like as far as the topic goes, I knew that I wanted to be in a certain space in life. I had to change what my natural was because my natural, I'm not from that space. So I had to evolve and become who could have access to that space. The men that people respect in those spaces. I didn't want to just be in a room. I want to be able to control some of them. So I did what it took to change into that person, by evolving, learning, doing business, just doing things that actually get me towards the actual goal that I had, which was to be in those spaces.
And this conversation is about the idea of change, right? And growth. And I think that these things are just tools. And the more that people conflate what we're talking about with like, oh, identity, this is your identity, and this is making this identity, it's not productive because we're just saying that these are tools. Utilize every tool in your toolbox. That's all we're saying. If you can build a social media profile to be able to get you to network with certain guys and also get certain women additional to what you're already doing, it's supplemental. We're not telling you to build your identity on it. It's just it's a tool. Use it.
Would you prefer a woman that talked to you because you had 100,000 subscribers, or one that talked to you because she wanted to talk to you?
It depends. Am I just fucking them, or if I want to
No,
be with them?
in the context, we're talking about wifing people, right?
Yeah. If a woman walks up to me and tells me and knows the name and model of my watch, by default, nothing will come from the conversation, because that I know what she came there for. But now if a woman who finds out like after the fact and see, she has no idea, she just know I like watches, and she finds out after the fact, that's the woman you can trust. But I would also say that the majority of these women are not hip to what these watches are. Cars are different because cars are a little more accessible than some of these watches are. So I'll make that, but it's not like anyone is, we put a watch on, we just wear the watch. Like no one's walking around like, oh shit, look, like no one does that. Nobody's walking, well, excuse me, niggas do that. That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like no one is out here walking around like trying to show like, oh, like the regular people, the people who actually, I say have money. They don't do shit like that. They just wear it because they like the watch. They know that, okay, it's a good timepiece. You know, I bought the watch for this. It appraises for this now. You know, so it's one of those things. But for a woman to walk up to me and be like, bro, is that a 5911? It's over. You meet, like, there's nothing we can talk about. Like, there's nothing we can say other than like business stuff, maybe. But as far as getting to know me or trying to hang out, no, because your eyes is green. I'm cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I kind of looked at it. So there was an era in my life where I went to the club, where I made sure I had what y'all would call having that shit on and making sure somebody could visually see it from a distance. And I just used that to fuck random girls, one night stands and shit in that environment. Like, we talking about people take you serious and it's a substantive person, a substantive conversation. I think those things are hindrances, really, more so than anything. Like you said, if they know what it is and you're gonna stay away from them because they know what it is, how you gonna tell somebody not playing the game when they pretending like they don't know what it is?
That's
so
up
they
to me.
could.
Yeah, that's when I trust my discernment. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not goofy. I know how this shit go. And at the same time,
No, I'm not saying you game.
No. And then
it,
there's some women who have just dated successful men, so they've seen these things before. I've seen that. I've found that happen sometimes. Me personally, being as cautious as I am about that, I still don't fuck with them. Like, I never, because just because you dated a couple dudes that had bread before, like, I don't necessarily want to follow behind that, because then it's a whole different set of problems. Like, you may have an expectation of me that's unrealistic because your last boyfriend had bread and he was cool tricking, and I'm not. Like, I'm not spending money on a woman that's not exclusively mine. So, it's both sides of the story, but that's on me to figure out, though. I don't blame anybody for that. If somebody ever was able to take advantage of me, it's like I was sweet or something, that's my fault. I mean, between me and my father, that's who I would blame. I wouldn't blame her. Like, 'cause for every sucker, there's a girl waiting to lick it.
All right. Yeah. I do want to pose this next question. Does Manosphere content motivate men or just pacify them?
My vote is pacify.
You want to explain why?
I think most guys, this is not all of them, right? Some guys probably find it productive. I think personally, from what I see, I can only talk about what I see. Most guys use it as somewhere where they can trauma bond. You can come here and talk about women, shit on women, talk about the worst sides of women, the worst parts of women, instead of actually finding solutions. I don't hear a lot of solution talk. I hear more so, let's talk about everything that we hate about women, or let's bring out every truth. I'm more about solutions. I'm more about productivity. That's all I'm really interested in. I can't stand when somebody got to let me know, like, yo, I want to vent to you. I don't want you to come up with a solution, because they know I'm gonna come up with a solution. They got to be like, yo, I just want to vent. So don't tell me how to make this better. So I think that's what I see.
Go ahead, Hank. I know you're about to say something.
Well, I'll say this. It's probably harmful to weak-minded men. Boys who are not aware, who don't have the knowledge, don't have the discernment to figure it out and decipher through the bullshit to what's real. I used to tell my son all the time, I said, look, there's going to be a lot of things said to you, but there's a message in there somewhere. I don't give a damn if your coach is cussing you out up and down the floor. He told you not to turn the ball over. Don't turn the ball over. So you got to see the message in all the bullshit. I know Real Dope said, well, they went back. Okay, but in all that fluff and all that bullshit, there's a message in there sometimes. You just got to know how to find and figure out what's the message that they're trying to convey. I'm not going to sit there and say that every time they start talking about women all the time. I don't believe that to be the case, because I know there's times where I've seen some stuff where they gave out some very knowledgeable information, about finance. I was listening to somebody about, the IRA Roth, and I definitely agreed with them, what they were saying, what you should invest in, how much you should invest, do a percentage instead of a dollar amount. I definitely agree with that. So I just used that information. I shared it with my son. Now, of course, at the time, he really wasn't ready for that, but I just wanted to plant a seed to let him know, hey, man, you might want to think about this. And I continue to show him and even start to question and ask him certain questions about what he thought about it. So I'm not gonna sit there and say it's all bad, you know what I'm saying? So I can't say that, but you just gotta know how to decipher through some of the bullshit that you may hear when they are talking that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Real dope. That's what.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more so of a if you weak minded, if you don't have like actual guidance in your life, something on the internet gonna tell you how you should go. You know what I mean? So if you don't have a strong mindset, somebody at least around telling you the real and all the manosphere should be doing is giving you some answers to why some things are the way they are. But it shouldn't be they be end all be all where they're gaining all their knowledge and just to pacify their own loneliness. If that's the case, they're not listening to enough of it. You need to listen to both sides, not just when it's talking necessarily about women, but talking about men that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the side. If you're going to do anything to motivate yourself, listen to that side.
All right, go ahead, Willie.
I think I think it motivates young men that haven't already had, a decade plus of dealing with trash ass women and all the stuff they put them through. But I think it placates the men that have, like the older people who find this space late in life, because it gives them something to bond to. They see like, well, damn, it's not just me. I knew it wasn't me. I'm not lame. I'm not corny. It's these bitches. And that's what the messages they hear. That's how they interpret it, because they're looking to find a place or something that's talking to them or saying what they want to say because they can't say it. So there was a guy that used to be on another show I was on. His name's Paul. And no matter what you told, bro, you swore that it was the women's fault. It was not his fault. Not the fact that he didn't bathe. He didn't have a face care routine. The fact that his haircut was always crazy, that he was still wearing FUBU on first dates. Like none of these things that we would all tell him as men you don't do. Like all of that was the women's fault because they didn't appreciate it. So he was one of those take me as I am kind of men. And we would try to tell him like, no, bro. But guys like him, when they find like the red pill of the manosphere, it's just like a plethora of, I don't know, like an all you can eat buffet of empty platitudes that they can use to placate themselves as to why and absolve themselves of the responsibility for the outcomes that they've had with women.
So my guy was out there wearing lug tennis shoes. Is that what you're saying,
bro?
Will?
The boots, the beige boots, like the ones I'm saying, the ones with the bubble on the bottom.
God damn.
All right, go ahead, M. White. Does the Manosphere content motivate men or just pacify them?
I think this is kind of like the answer for that black culture question. Like, what is black culture? What is the manosphere? Because I think that there are genuinely some men that gravitate to this space with pure intentions that want to help people, that want to pull some of the toxicity up out of other men and kind of provide counterbalance to some of the stuff they hear, right? But I don't know if that's the most popular content. I think like the most popular content is Frank Castle and hoes out of a Miami apartment or something like that, or what else they be doing? Like just getting people getting their rocks off. You know what I'm saying? Some I previously believed it was just people wanting to get their lick back, but to some people, I think it just may be entertainment. Like they just watching this shit. They watching some of this most salacious stuff for entertainment. Being somebody who could kind of like what Willie was saying earlier, like I know like, oh yeah, I can hang out with you outside of the panel or whatever, right? Some of the stuff we see, I'd be like, bro, I know you like for one of the biggest shows, like, bro, I know you wasn't getting women like that. So this advice you giving, although it's right, the way you putting it out there is like taking a good message or something that's similar or close to the truth and delivering it in a way where you fucking the people up who hear what you're saying. Because if they believe what you're saying and do it the way you're doing it, you're gonna ruin their life. You're gonna really ruin their life. So I think that shit is, if you're watching the biggest content creators, it's pacification. And if you're watching people for niche subjects, like how to get into tech, how to be a present father, how to you watching men talk about things that is important to them, they may not get the most views, then that shit might be motivation.
A lot of these people, they just performing like a character. Like some of the largest red pill spaces, like if you look at the people in those spaces, they don't do anything. Like if it wasn't for the money they had from the space that they're from, the monetizing the social media and all that stuff, they wouldn't actually do anything. Like they don't get women. The women are going to those. Here's a good comparison. Like you got the fresh and fit people, they get the stupid young girls just want to go because they want to be seen. But then you get like Michael Sartain, he gets the women that are legit 8, 9s, and 10s to go to his show, and then they have conversations. He does the same numbers, and have the same talking points, but the outcome is different because of how the shows are structured. And then 2, Michael Sartain is someone that's believable. Like you've seen Buddy dating porn stars, you've seen Buddy having 3 girls at one time that are all 10s. You haven't seen the other side with a 10 on the show, let alone 10s that they're actually dating or have access to. So it's real sticky when a lot of these people get in these spaces and start saying things that they can't prove or that just doesn't fit like their persona. I don't think that anybody goes to the club checking for fresh. I don't think anybody ever goes to a club and looks for him like, oh, I can't wait to give him some pussy tonight. I don't believe that's ever happened. But I do believe people go to the club like, oh, I can't wait to sell him some pussy tonight. So that's the difference.
And to be fair, I heard that these spaces have been around for a long time, and that they some of it is rooted in like you said, the Michael Sartain guy. I have a very my algorithm is skewed when it comes to this stuff, because I only found out about this space existing because I didn't believe it existed. So I'm gonna be geared towards seeing the most salacious stuff coming to my algorithm, because like I don't have any prerequisites or had prerequisites prior to this that would even landed me to understanding it. And I appreciate there's some good people that be around here that I enjoy getting to know. But yeah, my first like 4 or 5 months watching these videos, some of the stuff, like even to this day, man, be like, that's not how women are. I'm like, bro, I don't know women in no other facet. Like that's not been like, I went through like a year or 2 right there. I was like, that's not my experience. I had to be in the space long enough to kind of get some of these interactions to be like, yeah, I guess they is kind of doing this online. I still don't see that shit in real life, but online, yeah.
All right. What's one area every man should level up in to get better results in relationships?
Better results
Being self-sufficient.
in relationships.
Yeah, what's one area every man should level up in to get better results in relationships?
Being self-sufficient. You know what I mean? Being able to put himself in a position where others can rely on him. You know what I mean? Worry about being able to take care of yourself, so then you can possibly one day take care of others. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing that I think a man can do, especially nowadays, is to make sure he's solid. He's taken care of, and he's built himself up to a point where he can take care of others.
I think one of the things that it may sound crazy in 2025, but I believe it to be true. Level up on your handling of rejection. To me, that's going to have to be one of the main things for some of these young cats. You're going to have to kiss a lot of frogs, man, before you find that princess. You're going to have to. It's going to be a lot of bullshit out here, and they disguise it well. They put on that front. They put on that face. You're going to have some level of great discernment and are able to handle rejection in the meantime, and not be scared to say no. Despite of how good she looks or the persona she's trying to give off, learn how to say no. But
yeah, I love y'all.
Part you need to get better at it is handling rejection.
Yeah, I love y'all answers. I agree with all of them. So mine would be personal, like, so improve personal responsibility to the point where even when you may not be in the wrong, you see how you contributed to being in that situation that created the issue, and problem solving from that point forward. So like if you go to the gas station at 4 a.m. in the middle of the hood and get robbed, like, damn, I probably shouldn't have been there. You're not wrong for getting robbed. Nobody should be taking your shit or doing nothing to you. But I should have been thinking. I shouldn't have had my watch on at 4 a.m. and went to the gas station and niggas called me slipping. I should, or I know this girl is in the club jumping from guy to guy to guy, and she known for setting people up. I don't care how fine she is. I know that this should be off limits because this gonna turn me into a stain. But man, I kind of want it. Nope, you gotta take personal responsibility. You know she was foul. You know the whole play was bogus, but you still was running with it. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, yeah, personal responsibility in all situations. See what part you play, big or small. You know, and problem solving from there.
Yeah, I would say taking leadership. You know, taking responsibility. Emotional maturity, emotional intelligence. I think, like, for me, you know, at least I think it's my responsibility to lead in every aspect of my relationship. So when it comes to even the way that we communicate and deal with problems, it's the structure that I lay out. You know, it's not how chaotic women want to, you know, take care of stuff. Like, no, even if you feel in a certain type of way, it's my job to say, okay, I see that you're feeling, you know, overly emotional. We don't have to talk about this right now. We can table this. But when do you want to pick it back up? Because we're not gonna sweep it under the rug. We're going to talk about this when you're ready, but you know, we're not gonna skip over it. That's an aspect of leadership when it comes to communication. I take the lead and I set a structure for how we're going to do it. So I think that, you know, that's something that men could work on too.
One of the things I think people can improve, you guys already picked two of them, which is the problem solving. I think that is key. Being able to regulate your emotions, I think is critical. I think real dope. I believe that you touched in that area as far as the emotional side. I'm not saying that you can never feel, but I think it's important for you to control it before it hits the external. And you better process everything and then be able to make the decision versus making an emotional decision. Character. You know, character is one of those things that I had to learn a little bit later in life, you know, as far as with the character. But character and having morals, I think those things are important when it comes to being able to level up and get better results in your relationships. Go ahead, Willie. You unmute just so you know, Willie.
I think the man will level up two things, but it's equally important is who they take advice from, because a lot of people listen to people or family members just because they're a family member, because they're an elder. And instead of taking advice from people who are doing whatever it is they're talking about at a high level, I think a lot of people will listen to their dad about what he should do just because he's an adult and he says go to college and get a good job, but that's not what you want to do. So I think if people would seek out someone doing whatever it is they want to do, and then seek their counsel, they would be significantly better than they are right now. And then the second thing is hanging out with people around those people who have similar goals and mindsets than you. It's cool to, you know, saying, have your friends from the hood. It's cool to have your friends from your old job, military, whatever. But the people that you spend the most time with should be the people that you can do the most and build the most and grow the most with. So everybody has, you know, somebody around them they can bring up with them. And if we start reaching back and doing that with our people, I think we'd have a better community. Men would have bigger and more fruitful communities of friends and interactions and influences, and would probably just do better overall.
And also learn to set boundaries with women and don't let them play with you. Like that's such an important part, is like understanding that, having a woman understand like your lines and not to cross them and then never cross them, and that you just a guy that's like, I'm not gonna play with you. Like when I say I'm out, I'm out. You know, like a lot of girls like who are a little bit more neurotic, they like to, you know, oh, I'm gonna block you today, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that in the third. Like, I know for me, like a woman would never play with me like that because she already know about my energy. Like you can't play with me because I'm. So yeah, I think men need boundaries and women need to understand their boundaries.
All right. What does healthy competition among men look like without turning it into envy or toxicity?
Shit, look at the panel. All of y'all are content creators, but y'all work together. Y'all do shit together. Like y'all help each other. You still competing. You're just not competing with each other directly. Healthy competition is indirect competition. It's not me and White saying how many bitches you get this weekend. Okay, you got 15. All right, now I gotta get 16. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. But it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying, what'd you do this week? Okay, cool. Or like in me and in my personal circle of friends, our thing is like we always talk about what our goals are. We don't get in details, but then we say how much progress have you made, and then we had a conversation like who had the most productive week, who had the most productive month, who had the most productive quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like then we say, well, how you balancing time with your family? You're saying you prioritizing that too. So like it's several ways to make sure healthy competition is being had. Just don't tie it to bullshit metrics. I think that's also another big piece of it. Just don't have it be something that's not fucking healthy. Like, how many sodas you drank this week? You got to, I only had 4. Oh well, shit, you might have had 12. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's cool.
Well, today,
hey, listen, I'm not gonna go there. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that it's too difficult for men to do it because I mean, we don't mind losing to our friends, and then we also don't mind doing worse than strangers. You know what I'm saying? So if you have people around you who are doing good shit and doing big things, you can't help but be somewhat competitive. Like I'm saying, you hit 100,000. I'm like, shit, I hit 1,000. I'm cool. Like it's motivation. Like that competition between like-minded men is good for them. It's only going iron sharpens iron. That's the saying, right? That's what healthy competition is.
Yeah, I think I agree with everything that y'all saying. I think for me, the way I look at this, I try not to be in competition with other people and being the best version of me I can be. Right? It's just I'm a competition with the version of myself last year and the tweaks that I made that I want to see implemented this year. But when it comes to like other people's success, I just try not to be a hater at no point. Like, damn, Joe, that's what you're doing. That's what's up. If it's a way I can help, I got you. Or damn, I want to utilize some of that information you just said because I'm so happy for you. I think that could benefit me in my life. Like Willie was telling me about ChatGPT, right? I was not using ChatGPT effectively because I wasn't using it. I got to hear some of the stuff he was saying. I was like, you can do all that? Yeah. I was happy to hear that he was winning. Like, I told like 4 people the story of what I was gaining from that conversation. Now I go use ChatGPT and I'm better at, just figuring things out via that metric, via that avenue. Like, just not being no hater. Like when I see, I remember one of my when I was in my 20s, one of my homeboys got a Bentley GT, the first one in our group that got like something real nice. Bro, I felt like that was my Bentley GT. I was like, Sharon just got the Bentley GT. He's out here because I brag on my friends when it was about material stuff, like it was my thing. Then when I do my thing, back to the publicity and promotion thing, I don't really like self promotion. So I feel like it's to go along with that philosophy, I got a publicity would be me talking greatly about others that I have some affinity to or appreciate what they're doing. So I think that's all wrapped in that philosophy. Did that make you understand what I'm saying? Anybody? Yeah.
Man, I can't
for sure.
I can't operate no other way, man. I'm a competitive ass nigga. People don't think they compete with me. I've been competing in my head with people. Like it's the only way I can operate. Like I remember getting in trouble when I was younger for being competitive about shit we wasn't even racing about. I remember my mom made me. We in some like little lake on these boats that's like shaped like ducks or like swans, and I'm like, Mom, we gotta beat the people next to you. She smacked me like, yo, chill out. Like I'm competitive. Like all I do is pocket watch. I look at what I think everybody making. I be trying to calculate. Oh, he probably getting this over here from that. Oh, this person got this many views on their YouTube. They probably make this a month. But it's just all to make me better. I'm a competitive person, but it's all healthy competition. I'm not no hater at all. I'd never be a hater. When I see people doing something, I'm like, oh, I want to do that too. I'm trying to figure out how I can get like them. That's all. Like I used to be up all night just studying my competition. Like that's just I'm a competitive bull. Like it drives me.
The only people hating, the only people that you've never in the history of life have you seen somebody hate on someone doing worse than them. Like, it's impossible. Like you'll never see it.
Yeah.
So I love it. Like I thrive off of that because you hating on me, that means you just know I'm better than you. Because if I wasn't doing better than you wouldn't be hating on me.
Yeah. Y'all be they talking about pocket watch. Y'all be pocket watching. I be pocket watching. I be like, oh, this person got
I
these
think
3 cards. How much that cost?
Your version,
Okay, yeah, it probably cost this.
Your version of pocket watching is not coming from a scarcity mindset. I know exactly what you mean. Like you just like to know the cost and dollar signs behind things.
Of everything. This
The
nigga got a
majority
boat.
of
How much
people,
that
when they
cost?
say pocket watching, it's a negative thing. Like, why are you worried about how much money I make? Because they don't have it.
Yeah.
That's all. Like people
Sure.
with money always are aware of things. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're saying we link and you shoot my videos and shit, and I pull up in something new. In your mind, the way it works, same way if you did it to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that cost $600. Okay, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, like what I gotta do to get that? That's what I'm on. Like, all right, how can I? All right, I gotta make this much more money a month. Okay.
So I think my perspective is the evolution of my ideas. Because when I was younger, when I was still in sports, I used to be feeling like, all right, you shouldn't be able to look me in my eyes because we're not equal and I'm a guy. You just a human type shit, right? But then operating like that yielded me results with that shit go beyond hating. Like they be feeling a way about just you in general and trying to pray for your downfall and making life a whole lot more difficult than it need to be. And link ups and things they can assist you with, they just won't. Even if they had like, man, this nigga always shitting on me. And you don't, and I wasn't like throwing it in nobody's face, but they would operate as if I'm just shitting on them every day of their life. So as I got older and stepped further away from the materialistic aspect of being something that was the main value, even though I got more, I operated like I had less. And then I reframed. So that's what I mean by like an evolution of that mindset for me. But I definitely get, like, as an athlete, that's you're gonna want to go head to head and kill everything. But then I started asking questions like, at what point is enough enough?
Have you ever?
Go ahead. I was saying I started asking questions like, at what point is enough enough? How am I valuing things in life to prioritize? One of the big things for that for me was my kids. That shit changed a whole lot of my brain. Like the thing I want to do the best is be a parent. The thing I want to do best is be a present father. The thing I want to do best is be there for my family. Like, because I talked about like I've been at home with my kids for a nice little minute. If I go out and buy a new whatever, that's money that I might have to go and replace for my family, which takes me away from them. So that kind of removed me from being in the mind state of, let me make sure I pull up and because I used to be with the oh, you see me, like you know that energy, you know what I'm saying? Like that we be in it, you know, that energy. But now I don't give no fuck about that shit. Like, I really don't. I really don't. Yeah.
Have you ever asked yourself, like, what's your number? Like, you ever said and thought about like what your number is?
Mine is associated with time.
Yep.
I could pay all like so. Well, I'm not good at my finances, but I haven't had to work for a nice little minute, and I don't have to work for a nice little minute unless I change something about my lifestyle, right? And the time and freedom that I got, even though I'm buying less shit, I'm not, I feel richer and more wealthy than I ever did because I got just time with my father died when I was young, and there's certain things I wanted to do or see done growing up in my childhood. So it's almost like I'm re-raising myself, kind of. You see what I'm saying? Like through being there for my kids, getting something that I didn't really get the same way. And that's my personal story. So somebody else might have something different. But for me, that's what it is. Having time to spend with my family that I don't have to interrupt for anything.
Yeah. What about you, Hank? You ever thought about it? You ever sat down and like, damn, this is my number. This is the number I need to be able to do whatever I want.
Oh, not really. Not really. I mean, well, let me not say that. I think as I got more, older, you kind of think about it more. I think, when I was in my 30s, I didn't really think about it. As I get older, I'm thinking, yeah, I think in the next 5 years, I'll be looking to retire. You know what I'm saying? And make sure I set myself up in certain ways so I can be able to spend more time with my granddaughter. So I think yeah.
I'm sorry, but
If I started looking at it later in life, but I realized the two biggest flexes a man can ever have,
issue for me
or
is
removing
I
it, like
don't
leaving something for his children, like leaving that generational wealth for his children.
that can
And then if he's married, it's being able to remove his wife from the workforce.
my daughter's
I think those are the
15.
two biggest flexes that a man can have
I
financially.
don't want to put myself
So
in that kind
when
of
I realized that, my number became tied to that, because it was already at first, just being able to I don't set an alarm, get up when I want to. I'm at all my kids' stuff, so I don't have to miss nothing. Like that was my ideal of, like, that's what the number was. But now, thinking like, okay, well, cool. I might die soon. I'm average person living to be 73. My life's half over. So what if I left my kids, right? And then
I'm
wanting
gonna
to get married,
you know,
right? I got to think like, well,
I'm
y'all know how
sorry.
crazy y'all would look at me if y'all who know me, I'm saying, if y'all thought, if like my old woman I'm marrying is working like in an
The
office
actual
with somebody,
issue for me is
like y'all know how crazy y'all would look at me thinking like, why is your wife working for? You know what I'm saying? So like I know that, and that's one of the things that I look forward to. Like when I plan, is that not having to be the case, because a man being able to pull his wife out the workforce, he's gonna get the best his wife has to offer. He's not gonna have to share her with another man for 8-10 hours a day, and then come home and get her leftovers, and then she's too tired to do her wifely duties. And so that's one of the that's probably the biggest, hands down, that's the biggest thing I look forward to. You know what I'm saying? As far as like once I'm married and have a wife, family, all that stuff, is my woman not having to do that. And that's what my number is based around now.
I did want to ask you guys this, because somebody you did mention about wifely duties. Do you guys think that people that are rich, their wives are actually still doing wifely duties outside of the kids, raising kids? Do you really realistically think that they're doing work, or they outsourcing it, like housekeeping, like other things? Because like women like often complain about that they don't want to just be sitting in the house cleaning. But what I've been hearing from some rich folks is that outside of children, they outsource everything, so they're really not doing work in the house anymore.
Yeah, because it's a matter of time. They're buying their time back. If it takes your wife 4 hours to clean the house, right? Another hour to do laundry, and then another hour to get groceries and shit. That's 6 hours of time. How much does it cost for a housekeeper to come clean your house? $250, $300. That housekeeper is going to do your laundry too. Groceries get delivered now. Your kids put them up. So to them, they rather spend that $500 to get those 6 hours back with their partner than to have their partner do that stuff, because when it's not about the money, it becomes about the time. And unfortunately, that's backwards. It should be about the time first, but whatever. So yeah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't think to any of you guys, if you guys are saying, you guys millionaires doing whatever, however much it costs for you to live the life you want to live. I don't think that any of y'all would have your wife scrubbing toilets and cleaning bathrooms and shit around the house when, that 2-3 hours you could free up to do something else, work on her own hustle, empty your balls, spend time with the kids. Like, I think that's just a simple buying your time thing that people with money do.
I do think that there's a balance there, though. I do think, or for me at least, and I think in a lot of situations where let's say you both grew to have money, it's different. It's almost like she paid her dues. But I don't know. It's almost like I kind of do like when my woman clean, even though like I have bi-weekly cleaners that come in like really and do a deep clean in my house. But it is a little bit gratifying when my woman does clean. And I don't know, it's just one of the things I appreciate. Maybe my love language is acts of service or something like that. But also, as we get older, like absolutely, the more money that I make, absolutely, like the less she'll have to clean. But I do appreciate that she did it, that she's been doing it her role, and eventually I'll probably, make it so that she doesn't have to do it. But I guess in a situation where a woman never had to do it, I guess I'm trying to process if I could, how I would feel if I had a woman who never had to cook or clean for me. I don't know.
I think I would appreciate I appreciate what mine does it. I mean, that's dope, obviously, but I'm also a little more, sounds fucked up, but I think I treat the house better, or I'm a little more delicate around, the house. Like I don't want to fuck up the vacuum lines when she cleans, but when the housekeepers come, the housekeeper just came. So house is clean. Yeah. I'm not necessarily worried about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sleeping on one side of the bed instead of sleeping in the middle because you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that we have I don't think that most guys will say that, they don't appreciate when their women do it, but when we can, we would remove them from having to do it, because if you ask any woman, if you take the burden of doing the house chores, all the shit around the house, they all nymphos and freaks and do everything the man want them to do. So, I mean, now if you did that and your woman didn't improve in those areas, or she allocated that time to some bullshit, then you got a problem.
Yeah. How would you? Are y'all okay with like marrying a woman who never, cook and cleaned or nothing like that?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't even take her serious. I wouldn't even fuck a girl who doesn't cook and clean.
All right, cool. So we're on the same page.
Like that's counterproductive. Like, why am I? So when
you can't even take care of yourself as an adult if you don't do them things.
Yeah, that's like saying you're gonna marry someone that ain't showed you she can cook and clean. Like what?
Not saying that she's never did it, but she never had that responsibility in terms of y'all living together.
Not my problem.
No. Would y'all
figure it out?
So I'm
the same way.
So she never learned. Yeah. She never took the time to learn, though.
I mean, if she's willing, it may be doable, but I gotta have a conversation and see what that looks like. But if you have somebody that says I don't cook, I don't clean, that's a different story.
Yeah, I'm saying, let's say you guys are have all the money in the world, right? You meet a woman, and do you want her to some degree take on that responsibility, and then you relieve her of that responsibility, or she never have it as far as you're concerned?
I mean, every now and then I want some home cooked food. I don't have to have it every day, but at least twice a week, I think that's pretty reasonable to be able to have some food that you love and prep the way that you like it. Like it's just something about it.
Yeah,
your woman,
I don't like to eat out. I don't like to eat out. I'd rather have a home cooked meal. Me and maybe because things cheap in a motherfucker. And I ain't got no problem admitting that I'm cheap in a motherfucker. So ain't no stranger coming in my house, cleaning my shit, touching my shit, moving shit around. But I'm a dude believes in gender roles too, Zodo. So I'm something different. I'm not gonna pay no motherfucker to come in and clean shit, fix shit. No, hell no. My beautiful wife gets the blessing of doing that. That's what she do. And I'm okay with that. She okay with it. That's why we together. But if she talking about she don't know how to cook, then baby, you got to like I think Jay said, you got to be willing to learn. I don't mind getting you some culinary art classes. We're going to get you some training. We're going to do what we need to do because I want a home cooked meal. You're not going to DoorDash me every meal. We going out every other night to eat. No, we not, because ain't no love in that food. Ain't no good nourishment, in my opinion, in that food that you're going to be making and cooking me. I know you putting love in that food when you cook. When you personally going to get the ingredients, doing what you got to do, picking out the vegetables, picking out the fruits, picking out the meat, and whatever ingredient you put. Now I know you show me love. You not only took the time to go to the grocery store, get a list together, get your menu together, whatever you need, get the ingredients. You know what I'm saying? You did all of that. Yeah, you love me. But when you just go pick some shit up, I don't feel like you love me. I don't. Where was the love in it all? How easy? That's like me giving you a gift card and not actually going out and finding a gift that I know you like or into and just doing that. That's exactly the same. So no, I want somebody who's going to think of me enough. I know this is Hank's favorite meal. I'm going to pick him up something special. He going to love this. Yeah, I feel love when I have. Just throwing a to-go container on the counter. But here's your meal. Bullshit. God damn, I can't go with that.
I'm like, bro, I like the 2 times a week. That seems feasible. And like now, if she's just a stay-at-home wife, I think it would probably be different. But also, I'm a fan of going to restaurants to eat. Not like fast food, but like restaurants to eat, like, you know, service, you know what I'm saying, type with built-in gratuity. You know what I'm saying? So like I like really nice restaurants. So that if I could, like when I was like as a bachelor, that's what I did. I went to restaurants damn near every day. And then DoorDash came out, and I was like, oh shit, I can DoorDash from my favorite restaurants. Save me some trips because I'm kind of antisocial. But if I had the opportunity to, if I was just like a single man by himself, I wouldn't have an issue with it. And then with my old lady, I wouldn't mind going out to eat with her either. It just depends on what's more convenient for us. And you know, if she's cooking, if I can get 2 home cooked meals a week and maybe like 1 breakfast, I'm happy.
Enough.
Yeah.
I'm getting breakfast every weekend: pancakes, eggs, and bacon.
That's what I'm saying. We're talking about a week, like once a week. I'm cool. I don't eat breakfast during the week. No way. I don't eat breakfast on the weekend, if that.
Okay, now during the week, I don't eat breakfast. Well, no, I do, but I just don't. She don't cook it.
Yeah.
But on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, she up there cooking me breakfast. You want breakfast? Just you already know: pancakes, eggs, and bacon.
Breakfast
Hands
time.
down. We don't. You know, it is what it is. She cook dinner 2 to 3 times a week. There we go. What you want? But
Yeah, see, I'm cool
that's
with
just
that.
her.
But like your wife is
and
one of the
that-
few. She's one of the few kept
and the
women in the chat, though, or even in this. She's one of the few kept women. So you know what I'm saying. Let her be a beacon for the rest of these women that say they want to be kept. That's shit you got to do.
Oh, yeah, that comes with
Requirement.
a certain level of expectations, though.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's some people who would ask the question, okay, if you can afford to have, if you can afford to effortlessly have somebody take over these things, why would you want her to still do it? And my position is I still just want her to do it. And I haven't dug deep enough to figure out why. Why do I want her to do it?
That's just women shaming you because they want a nigga that can pay for them not to be fucking adults, bro. Don't listen to that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Like if a dude was asking you, then cool. But like women saying they always align with what benefit them, and them not having to cook and clean and shit and still get the benefits of being a wife, you know, and living a soft life, all that bullshit. That's why.
Well, look, I think JR said somebody talking about they don't think they do is they don't take care of their own kids no more. We had some woman up here, she talking about she getting a nanny.
That's true.
And she ain't got no goddamn job. She ain't working. She got what the fuck? What are you doing then? What are you doing? You're doing nothing.
She's
you sound
useless.
like a worthless person.
Yeah, a woman who don't raise her own kids is trash. That's a hill I'll die on. This is what's weird to me. I used to catch a lot of heat from this when I was younger, but now I can say it with my chest. Women who don't work and then still send their kids to daycare are fucking retarded to me. I never understand that. Like, you don't have a job, but you want to take the kids to daycare for 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Go pick them up right before your husband comes home, and then you still don't do shit. Like, if she's in school, cool, but you just at the house. Like, you're not doing nothing. Like, those women are about as useful as the pussies they sit on. Like, that's all. Like, you got one thing you can do. It's like, take care of your kids. Like, what the... And that's common in women like shit. Well, if my husband paid for it, that's what I'm going to do. I'm like, all right, well, if you would rather let a daycare raise your kids or let anybody else raise your kids other than you, you didn't deserve to have them.
Yeah, I can't imagine, man. Go ahead, Mark.
I'm with you. My kids never been in daycare. They recently was the first time they actually had somebody stay with them while we went away for a little minute. Like, it's been somebody, one of me or her or both of us, with them every day for 5 years, whole days. You know, when it come to like the cooking, like my wife initially couldn't. Hold on one second. All right, love you, bye. So, like Law tell you, if you randomly see me out, I got the whole tribe with me, don't I? Like every single time you see me. Like,
same here.
Yep. The big wagon in tow. You know what I'm saying? That we got
You feel me?
The 3-piece wagon with the snack bag. You know, she couldn't cook when we first got together. She was telling her mom she wasn't gonna be a cooking and cleaning domestic type of woman. That shit changed, I guess, when she fell in love and she tried to fall into all the roles. She learned how to cook, that stuff. So every morning she asked me, do I want breakfast? Some days I'll be just because I stay up late and stuff, so I might just be going to sleep. I'm like, no, I'm good. She probably cooked like 3 to 4 times a week. And those other days, if I had a taste for something from the restaurant or to order out. But if I don't order out, she probably had to do 6 days. But she also, like to any point, at home. So she's not going to work right now. So that can facilitate that. Like, what was the other thing they were talking about? Like sexless marriages and shit. Well, you got to be attracted to the person you with. Like, I specifically had children with somebody that was my physicality type. So after the kid, when she gained some weight, I appreciated that weight. I appreciated the changes in her body. And she's attracted to me. So she always never told me in 15, 16 years, never said no or even pretended like. If anything, she'd be on my bumper like, bro, text message with the and now like, hey, we gotta wait for the kids to go to sleep type shit. But the foresight and trying to plan for that and knowing like, hey, this is what I'm attracted to. This is my things. So I need to fulfill that. And I just stay consistent to that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I didn't forget the question, but that was from what I got from what I heard y'all say. I think that was the answers to it.
Well, I think it was Real Dope was asking that question about, you know, if a woman, you know, can cook and all that stuff. But look, hey, as long as she's willing to learn, look, she may not be the best cook. Okay, cool. But as long as she's willing to learn, I'm willing to sacrifice my body and be the guinea pig if that's what I need to do in order to help her get better. And
That's what you have kids for.
And be honest with them. If the shit don't taste good, yeah, baby, it don't taste good. I told my wife, yeah, it don't taste good. Are you serious? Yeah, yes, I'm dead serious. Don't use salt. Don't use that. Don't too much garlic. Don't use too much garlic. And that's how she's gonna learn. If you're not being honest and telling her it's not good, you just stomach and really, you know, eating one plate of it, then throwing the rest out, how's she gonna learn? She's gonna keep cooking that same way that she knows until you correct the situation and bring it to her attention. And you ain't gotta be harsh. This tastes like shit. You don't do that. I mean, you know, be sensitive and respectful and cordial. You know how you say it and share it. Yeah, baby, I don't like it this way. You might want to do less of this and maybe more of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't cook it as long. I know the book said cook it this time, but, you know, put your own spin on, man. Take about extra 10 minutes off of it and it might not be as tough. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes. Just, you know, but just let her know. And she'll appreciate that. She might hurt her feelings at first. She might be a little disappointed, but she'll appreciate you honestly, you being straightforward with her so she knows what she needs to do to improve.
Man, I'll say a lot. I mean, I'm a pretty bold nigga, but I'm not telling my old lady that her food was nasty. Nope.
Well, you got to be honest with her. Though. You can't. Don't just
go
out
to me. That's the only way she gonna know.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I look for that the first time. So like the first time Mom cooked for me, I'm like, all right, this will work. I know it's cool. And then, you know, it's like I'm a big food person. Like on the holidays, seeing how, you know, she moved during the holidays, that was major. Like that was a big deal because, again, you can't make macaroni and cheese. I can't bring you around my family. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna talk about you. So I had to see that. But say if she had made it and it was nasty, the way that I would say that I don't like it, I was gonna ask for it again. Like I won't ask.
Yeah. So so like I say, she was adverse to cooking. So what we did was got HelloFresh. I don't know if y'all familiar with like them subscription services where they drop all the groceries off. It is the real instructions. And for like 2 years, she just was cooking, and that's 5 days a week. They'll give you with the option, I think, to go 7. They'll give you every ingredient, the pure instructions, and the proper serving side. So we was doing HelloFresh for like 2 years. Then she was like, they sending us the same menu options after 2 years. Yeah, we kind of got used to it because you get to keep the recipe with each one. book like this damn big and shit. You know what I'm saying? Full of all these damn recipes. And I got sick of throwing them ice pack things in the garbage because they was making the trash get full faster. So eventually she was like, you know what? Shit, I can make some stuff of my own. She was like, I can make some shit of my own. And then just start like coming up with recipes. So now I see something, I just texted to her like, look, I just found this recipe for I want to try some chicken biryani and some jasmine rice. She's like, all right, got you. Damn. XYZ. It's crazy because remembering before when it was like, oh no, you might burn water. You know what I'm saying? To now I can hit the line like, hey, Joe, I want to get some fried shrimp with some macaroni cheese. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Toss that shit to me. Yeah, I coming through. You be coming through the flex. I can't hold it.
And another thing is make sure if it's something she's first time cooking, don't make a big ass dish. Don't. I hate to see. Again, I said I would cheat. I hate to see food go to waste, even if it's nasty. I hate to see it go to waste, but it is what it is. But I had to tell my wife, I said, don't make a big ass dish. Let's make a small little glass dish, and then if it's good, okay, cool. You just make another time. Then we'll make a bigger dish on the next time. But if it ain't too good, yeah, there's some things we need to switch up and change or adjust. But it's okay. I'm gonna eat it. But we're going to have to make adjustments for the next time.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
I seen something I forgot to mention too. I was assisting, especially in the beginning, with like the recipes. Like, look, you got to hit it like, because I can cook. I've been cooking for myself, so I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you got to hit it like this. So I was in there helping her learn, helping cook with her, like teaching her like how to like smell test. So you like, that's a little too salty. So you know you got to pinch that. This right here, when it comes to herbs, you can add as much as you want because it's not going to overpower the dish, but it will taste just like the herb as opposed to being too salty or too sweet. I was right in there in the trenches with her during the whole learning process. So now she could do that shit on her own. I seen somebody say, y'all, if y'all would support men, y'all would have just been in the kitchen with them. I don't know how I failed to mention that I was in there with her, but yeah.
What they said that we would be in the kitchen. That's not my spot. I'm not going in the kitchen for.
Well, I can't assist.
I don't want to be in the way, right? You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that, you know, women don't want somebody in the kitchen. I was raised, if my mom was in the kitchen, I ain't go in there. If your woman, I let her do her thing. But no, we not. I don't know. Maybe y'all pay more patient than me. I'm not doing that. If I'll go prep some shit, like I'll spread cheese by hand because I like doing that. Like I don't think something from the military. That peeling potatoes, you know, doing the meal prep, like not meal, but the veggie preps and chopping shit. You know, I'm cold with a knife, so I'll do that part. But to actually like being there helping her cook, now I'm gonna get out of her way and let her do her thing.
Yeah, that's exactly. I go in there and encourage her. I go in there and give her a hug and a kiss on the neck. Oh, smells good in her, baby. What you got cooking? And that encouraging. Now she feeling okay. I like that. She likes that. So okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Give her a kiss on the cheek, baby. I can't wait to eat this dinner. Just level of encouragement, so you know, to keep her motivated. You understand what I'm saying? Slap on the ass, keep it moving.
Yeah, something I was going to say too.
You about to say something?
Yeah, something I was going to say too is that whenever you first start dating a woman, you can really tell when she don't know how to cook. If she explaining about this particular dish, this particular time, and it's the first dish she don't know how to cook. If you hear some boiling over, bubbling all over the stove, she don't know how to cook. I'll tell you that right now. Because like a woman that knows how to cook totally has that kitchen under control.
And they clean while they cook too.
Yeah. You know, she had already been through all of this. She ain't explaining nothing. She know when she bring that plate to you is good. Because I've been in a few situations where I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I know how to cook. I'm like Marcus. You know, with those, you got to understand what salt does and herbs. It's almost like you got the Mr. Pure juice in your alcohol. Mr. Pure juice is one of them juices that cut. If you get your regular juice, it ain't going to cut, man. If you season too much, ain't no coming back from that. But if you want to get some flavor, you can put as much flavor as you want. You're going to sprinkle it high. You sprinkle it low, you're going to saturate it. It's almost like when you putting fertilizer on your grass. That's why I use the hand spread on the grass. Yeah, because if you use that pusher, they wind up dumping over there. You're in a tough situation, man. So you gotta just sprinkle it. It's almost like a taper, man. And you cook by taste. If you know how to cook, you can cook anything. You ain't really got to use a recipe. You got to get the general ingredients. You can put it together yourself. That's somebody that know how to cook. Somebody that's following instructions. I'm not a baker, so maybe baking might be a little bit different. But when it comes to food, you got a little wiggle room. But if somebody's trying to follow something to a T, oh wait, I gotta have this. It's not, you improvise. You open up that cabinet, open up that refrigerator, see what it is you got, and you make it work. Because anything, it tastes good if you believe it.
Yeah.
But JR, you gotta have some. We have to have some grace though for the young cooks, the new and up and coming cooks. So for those who are learning, you got to have a little bit of grace, and you kind of give them a little, have some understanding for them. So I know, like with my wife, she didn't follow the instructions correctly, and she used garlic mints instead of garlic clovers. And man, when I tasted, I said, "God damn." She was too hard, man. About gave me a heart attack. I got high blood pressure, baby. You trying to collect that insurance check? I see what's going on here. We can't do this. He said garlic cloves, not mints. And so she probably gonna get mad at me because I'm saying this, but that's okay. I love you anyway, baby.
Yeah.
You can't be heavy-handed on that garlic mints. That shit's strong.
Hey, I know we getting close. So what's up, Kenny? How you doing? I know we getting closer to. I got this little short clip. It's only 30 seconds, man. I don't think Pop the Balloon would do anything to me for this 30-second clip. But
they be on people.
Yeah, but I have gotten some approved, so I don't think the 30 seconds should be nothing, man. If it is, then I'll just handle it accordingly. But I'm gonna play this clip, man. I was actually watching one of them episodes. I don't know if you guys seen it. You guys still watch Pop the Balloon episodes? Anybody?
Only when the clip.
I used to.
I never watched the full show. I think it's stupid.
Okay,
it's good to react to, but I don't watch them.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was this one particular show where this woman had said she had two kids, two daughters, and at the very end, he wound up popping them because he couldn't date. It's not the fact that she had kids, but it was the fact that she had two daughters. So I do want to get you guys' opinions as far as like what it means if you are a single guy out there and you dating. Let's say you got some kids. I think he had like a 15-year-old son, but the age of the daughters was a big factor to him. So I'm gonna play this clip and then I'll go to get you guys' opinion. I'll start with KP first, man, because I know he just got here.
I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but
okay, why is it a no?
attractive lady. I like the way she speaks. The distance isn't the issue. The actual issue for me is I don't think I want to date a woman with daughters. I don't. That can be a very
tricky
slippery.
Yep.
And one daughter's 15, and that's I don't want to put myself in that kind of position.
I was sitting there thinking I had to go to the comments because it didn't hit me immediately as far as age of the daughters. Maybe you guys can enlighten me. Maybe it's something that I haven't experienced yet. What did you guys think about that?
I thought he should have been way more specific.
You know, because she said all, so I'm thinking maybe it's something that that's understood.
Yeah, he understood. He goes into detail a little bit, like the ages. But that girl was playing in people's face the whole show. Like it's a bunch of clips of her, and she was making fun of people, doing all that shit. And then the dude that she liked ended up not liking her. So most people talk about the karma she get. But as far as not wanting to date a woman with teenage daughters, I understand that. Like, you seen the video that happened with CJ So Cool, him and his girl. She told them kids to lie on him and say he hit her. And just that type of time, like it's real dangerous. The more women are in a household, the more dangerous it is for some men. So I can see that. Like she got 14, 16-year-old daughters. No.
Yeah, I thought when he first said it, I was like, but then as he kind of, continued to elaborate on it, I understood it. Because I mean, you just never know. That's your word against 3 women in the house. You know what I'm saying? Your son, 15. It's just, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot to take on. That's basically taking on damn near 3 grown women. You know what I'm saying? Like, them girls ain't going nowhere, no time fast. They already think they grown. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
10 years ago, we probably would have been okay with it.
It would have been a little easier
A
because
little
you got
easier, and then you
little
for sure
girls are raised, and
Yeah.
you know they know to respect you after a while.
But you
A
going
15,
into
nah.
Yeah. You going into a situation where you got to raise a girl that's been around 15, 16 years. She damn near a grown woman. And you got to
Yep.
go and compete with all of that shit and the stuff that her mama let her do. You don't think she should be doing. So it's just, I understand that part. I just also think that, you know, the part I would be more concerned about my son being 15 in the house with those girls, his 15-year-old hormones, they 15, 16-year-old hormones and all of that shit. Like that's the stuff that I'm concerned about.
It's just not
God
worth it.
damn, Will.
Yeah, I know my son.
That's
I know
real.
exactly what my son is capable of. I know that my son is out here active. So, you know, if obviously my woman is fine, her daughters are probably going to be attracted to my 15-year-old son as well. I know what I was doing when I was 15. And I didn't have no step. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know. It was just I know what I was doing. So I mean, I appreciate the man for, you know, he said, "Hey man, I just want to mitigate this risk." You know what I'm saying? Because she was a pretty girl, but he's like, "No, I don't want to accept the risk, and I don't want to do the work that it would take because you know it's probably also that he knows he'll never be the man in that house because not trying to be funny. All of us were daughters. If our daughter's mother's remarried and our daughters are in that household, y'all know what type of time we on as fathers. You know that man is never going to be number one in his home as long as your daughter is in there. So he's smart.
And then the potential for danger is like if my daughter, say, man, if my daughter called me jokingly or not and made any, because you're gonna be overprotective of your girls, just in general, most fathers are, right? And they relationship problems, if any of it seems out of the realm of something you okay with happening to the mom, you gonna stand on business for because that shit happened around your daughters, right? Because you don't want your daughter seeing that shit. If they got
Give
a
me an
father
example.
so say the new husband and wife, or the new boyfriend and wife are arguing, and he might curse out or do something that like I don't be cursing women out, but he cursing my wife out, my ex, my baby mama out in front of the kids and all of that shit. Like, bro, you can't be doing that in front of my kids.
Right.
Yeah, and they call me crying emotional because they feel like their mom in danger. Bro, that shit.
I think that's something you talk to her about. That's and my I'm like, it's like this. Like, I'm not going to get in your business too much, but don't have my kids around that. They can come with me, but I'm not about to tell this nigga how to talk to his bitch. I'm sorry, I'm not about to tell him how to talk to his woman. That's his woman. It's not my woman anymore.
Like, yeah, so
you gotta come with me. You don't
opt out.
Everybody don't share that belief. If you're not about to talk any type of way in front of my kid, then if say he trying to punish him, and the daughter get mad enough that she pulled the ultimate trump card, like, he did something to me, daddy. You can't
going to jail.
Shit,
how you
this is crazy.
instant.
Going to jail.
I'm gonna jump off a cliff and be salty if she was wrong later when it come to my kids. And then like just that implication, after they could be like, oh, I was just lying on him. That's still a flag on you for the rest of your life. Just being investigated for some crazy shit like that. You don't want to put yourself in scenarios that are, I feel him 100%. That was great foresight on his behalf. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta avoid situations. That shit is too risky.
So I'm gonna let Kenny go for an answer. I know Kenny's supposed to go. My bad. Go ahead, Kenny.
Man made a good judgment call. Am I willing to look at the variables and eat the cost of getting in this relationship with all the things y'all men just pointed out? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Nah, I could walk away from this one. Each man up here made a case as for why it's not a good choice, because there's a lot of things that you're not going to see on the initial. There's a representation until you become a member of that household. Then there's always those things that you're making trade-offs and compromises for. Those things that you don't like. As you pointed out, kids ain't going to initially take to you. Let's tell the truth. You ain't my daddy. You ain't going to tell me what to do. Then you have the angst between your woman and her children. She may step that line and say, well, I don't feel like how you talking to my kids is proper. That's a whole argument in itself. I've been down that road. What do you mean your kid's supposed to talk to me this way? I'm the man of the household. You're using my resources, but you're telling me how to run the house? No, that's not going to work. Then I don't want the worst case scenario of Marcus coming to step to me because the daughter said in a heated passion that I did something to her. His first response is protection. That's my baby. I'm ready, set, go. I'm not even trying to discern anything. I'm trying to go upside your head because I'm not truly comfortable having a girl daughter around another man. I'm gonna quantify that. So I think the man made a smart move, despite how nice the female looked. I'll pass. More fish in the sea.
Facts. On top of that, I want to say real quick. She also, could you imagine if y'all saw more of that episode, the way that she carried on that episode? Could you imagine 2 teenage daughters just like her? The way they talk, and man, are you crazy? No thanks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just setting yourself up for failure.
So for me, as a man who did experience this, one of the first things, I don't care how old the child is. One of the first things you need to establish is make sure that them kids are being spoken to. So me, I had to make sure I had a conversation with my son prior to, and she had a conversation with her kids prior to. First of all, I'm not gonna be married a week after the show. By the time they get ready to marry, that teenage daughter, whatever she is or how old she is, more than likely, hopefully, she's getting herself ready to go to college. So she won't be there on a full-time basis. She should be off at school and hopefully living on campus. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, most schools, kids that go to college, freshmen at least have to stay on campus for at least one, maybe the whole year. So she's already going to be away doing her own thing. And so that's going to give us time to establish a certain point. But yeah, my wife had to get that situation together prior to us getting married. That was a must. I recommend no man move in with a woman, period, with kids. I don't recommend that unless that's your wife and you bless her with your last name. But even if you decide to move in with a woman to do it, she has to make sure that she has a stern, hard conversation with them kids, and they know the rules and what's the priority, what's the hierarchy, and that's me. I'm the hierarchy. And whatever I say, go. My wife established it just like I had established it with my son. Now, fortunately for my daughter, she's already moved on and married. I didn't have to have that conversation. Only thing I had to say to my oldest daughter, my oldest child, is that this is my wife. Don't you do anything or say anything to be disrespectful. And she will give you the same respect that she expects from you. You have to make sure you establish any man who's going to be willing, let's say, being a stepfather, is going to have to get those priorities established. If you don't, you're setting yourself up for a lot of headaches, a lot of drama, and a long night dealing with this situation. Now, for the case of what Marcus gave up, talk about you better make sure if you know your child moving and operating like that, you better check that. As the parent, you got to check that. Because I know some of y'all say, oh, my kids will lie to me. Bullshit. Your kids will lie to you. Your kids will say some wild shit. I had that with my ex. Her daughter left a goddamn love note in my pocket because she didn't like seeing me and her mother together. She wanted her father, her biological father, be with her. And she left a love note in my pocket. I told my ex, I said, first of all, what grown-ass woman who writes a heart as a dot, who does a grown woman? I'm talking not a child. It's something what a child do. Ain't no woman left no note in my pocket when she was washing my clothes. Ain't nobody do that. That's some childish shit. You need to talk to your child. So you got to make sure you establish that off the bat before you say I do, before y'all get together. Because if you don't, you're going to have some situations.
If y'all ever wonder why I encourage some man to be like, fuck these kids, Hink, that's why. It's shit like that. Like, ain't no way.
I understand.
Like, and I'm the guy, I won't even date someone who doesn't have children for the fact that I'm a father. So I need, I like for the women I date to understand. So like, it's one of the things I value about my woman is she has kids. So I don't know what I would do if she was like, well, I want her to get back with my daddy. So I'm gonna leave a love note in your pocket. So when my mama does the laundry, she gonna see the love note and then be mad at you and then break up with you and go back to my daddy. Even if the kid didn't do that, that's what she wanted, it would almost make that situation untenable for me because I'm over here protecting, providing you, paying for everything, buying your school clothes, doing all the stuff that I'm doing. The whole time you want your daddy, who was probably a nothing ass nigga or whatever reason didn't work out with your mama, you want him to come back and do all this shit, or you be back with your mom. Like, yeah, I don't know what I would do other than I would leave them both alone. Like that would be I think that's probably the first time that I've thought about something that could make me as a man stop dealing with a woman with children. Like that would be the thing. All the false accusations and shit, that's a given. But that type of stuff, if she's like she's got the idea in her head that her and her mother and father should get back together, if she wants them to get remarried, I'll never do that ever. That's not that. Yeah.
So let me ask you this:
I had to live and learn.
Sure.
I had to live and learn. and when I got married again, hey, baby, we need to have a conversation with these kids, and they need to know what's the deal. Because I'm not gonna go through this bullshit again. I've been there, done that, never again.
I just want to put this out there too, because even though you think that you have a good understanding of how that child may feel, it still may not be how they feel, if that makes sense. I mean, whenever you are trying to blend families in together, it's always a complicated situation. And like, are you guys okay if the children or the child doesn't fully accept what is happening?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they're eventually going to move on, and so it's just going to be me and the mother. You look, we got also know the kids are going to eventually do their own thing. They're going to move out and have their own life and be an adult and go on. So you're going to continue to be lonely and miserable until that happens. You're not going to want to wait that long. Why would you? Now, again, if you're not going to get married, fellas, do not move in with a woman. A woman shouldn't be moving in with you if that's the case. You just want to play girlfriend and boyfriend, cool. But y'all should never move in with each other. And if she got kids, especially if you don't have to deal with that and do that, don't do it. But if the situation is y'all want to do it, again, I'm gonna say it. You need to have a hard, stiff conversation and make sure everybody's on the same page.
I don't think a man should move into a woman's house under any circumstances.
Ever.
Like, if you're homeless and you get with her, don't move into her house. Move into something like you should just stay. There's
homeless.
No scenario where a man should ever feel comfortable enough to move into a woman's house, because you'll never be the man in the house, and she's always gonna think less of you, and she's gonna feel like at the end of the day, when their feelings are based on like how they feel at that time. Once she's mad at you, it's her shit. Get out of her house. Stop eating up. Close my door. I would never suggest that my son move into a woman's house. Like, even if like y'all both got houses, her house is bigger than yours, y'all both sell y'all shit and buy one together. But to move into a house that she's already made a home, like, and then you got to think, like, for me, I'm big on energy. You know how many other niggas has been in that house? Like, the energy they left there, like, I don't want to move. I'm not going to live somewhere where another nigga who was inside my old lady or trying to get inside her has the address too. Like, that's a safety concern for me, because now who knows, one of these nut ass niggas is still mad that you didn't pick him and he know where you live and shit. No, I'm cool. I'm done with the having to address crazy exes phase of my life, and I'm just not willing to put that shit back in place. I don't want to become that guy again. That's a hard path.
That's just great.
In these situations, do you think you owe the actual father something? Do you owe him?
Yeah. I think I owe him to treat his children. I think that I owe him to treat his children the way that I want my children to be treated. And to make sure that there's never a time when me and him are in direct opposition, as far as, what it comes to, things that he wants for her that, is outside of the home. And to make sure that I owe him the boundary of understanding that, hey, you have no say in what happens in this house, which is the problem for us as fathers, for the type of fathers that I know us to be. Somebody couldn't come to us and tell us that. Like, that's not a conversation they could have as far as, well, this is my house. It just doesn't work for certain men. So, but I would feel that I would owe him that because, again, I'm the guy that you can't tell that to. So he couldn't have that conversation with me, but I could have it. I could have it with him.
No, look, man. No, hold on. You got to say something. Look, if he wants to come and say something about how his kids are being raised, you said what, brother?
So looking at Marcus' face. This is why some people are probably happy that they're not in that situation where they have to be able to make these decisions or have to compromise, have to settle. Because whenever you blend family, every situation is different. It's unique, and I don't think unless you're going through it, you don't really understand how difficult it is. Like, women do this shit all the time for men, but when it comes to the men having to do it,
it's different.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit.
I know myself. I got more thought about hiding a body than catching one.
Yeah,
so that shit ain't gonna work out well for me because I just too many scenarios. This shit could go wrong, and I probably don't. Nah, hell no, I can't do it. I had to stay sane.
If you look at the guys in these situations and that are the fathers that I'm talking about, one of the things that's common amongst us is that none of the women we have children with have moved on, as far as like had other successful relationships. They've dealt with niggas, but at the end of the day, niggas understand, like they see us being active fathers. That's a turn off to them because they see that, my son's quick. He'll tell you, like, my daddy will kill you. Like, my 15-year-old has told someone that about any. That's not shit to do. None of us would deal with as men. If like he was like, my daddy gonna kill you, I'm not fucking with your mama now. Like, oh, is that right? Cool. Well, just to make sure he don't have to, I'll see you niggas never. So it's not fair. I wouldn't say it's not fair. It's not ideal. And I don't think that the majority of people who are active dads are just going to be. Those are the women who have children but with active, like the fathers active in their life. I think it's significantly harder for them to date than the women just got kids by a bum who's not there, and it's just them because there's nobody else imprint to try to go against. There's nobody else program to try to adjust. It's just you coming and installing your own. But if the dad is active, present, the kids are over there, for every other week, every 2 weeks or whatever. He not just a weekend and summer dad. That shit is dead. For me, that shit would be dead.
Yeah, and people look at me crazy when I say I never dated a girl with kids. They be like, "You got 3 kids," and I'm like, "What the fuck that got to do with anything? I don't got to date who I don't want to date." Like you know what I'm saying? Like my girl don't got no kids. You know what I'm saying it's different being a man dating a woman with kids. I can't come in there like looking and White Marcus talking about some. Oh, I can't even raise my voice in my fucking house. Like what? Yeah. You lost your fucking mind. Like that shit is crazy.
It's on the woman though to make sure that she makes it known that's the circumstance, and that's like how it is. That's her charge in that space. It's just that again, nobody would be able to come to you and have that conversation with you. Like your son's mother couldn't be like, "Hey, well, look, I got a man now, so he gonna have to listen to him, and what he say goes." Like nobody could come tell you that about your daughters. Nobody.
That's why
because if they did, it's a problem. It'll be a legal issue first, but at some point in time, there's going to be a demonstration of force that's required, and that's the part that I would see coming a mile away if that was if that was the situation that I was in. So I just choose not to suggest that men do that. I don't want to be a hypocrite, but at the same time, sometimes you just gotta see the bullshit before it comes. You're saying you got to see the shit before you take it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things too I want to bring up as well because a lot of times on the internet we had these conversations, and I don't think that it's reality. And I think, Willie, you might be one of the few people that have actually admitted this. That when you are dating at an older age, or whenever you do come off the market at an older age and you have kids, it is easier for a woman that sometimes does have kids to be able to understand. It just depends on the age. They got somebody that's like 13, 15, 16, then it probably wouldn't work. But if you got somebody that has younger kids and you got a younger kid, then they kind of have an understanding of what it is, what you're going through, and the sacrifice, time, and commitment that you got to commit to, versus somebody that doesn't have children or somebody that has older kids. So those are some of the things that's not really discussed, because people are just having these conversations without the context. It sounds good, but I've seen that a lot of men prefer women to have a child, or maybe a younger child, if they have kids.
I feel
No,
like,
and see, yeah, I guess I'm just the opposite. I prefer her to have older kids. So, like I said, their time is short. You got
Well,
a
that's
clock.
that's because you have older kids.
Yeah.
So if you have older kids, it kind of makes sense. But just imagine you have like a child that was fat. You was real active, and then like your wife only has teenagers. You guys are not yoked, because like your commitment with that younger child is going to require more of your time, and she's probably not going to be. She's probably going to be less understanding. Like, she may be patient or she may not be patient. She may be patient in the beginning, and maybe be like, I just want to just travel the world right now. My kids are almost grown. You still got this 7-6-year-old you got to deal with. You got all these goddamn sports, camps, and you got to get them for the summer and all. It's too much. So that's why every situation is kind of different. And when you get older, conversations that we having are much different when you are actually out there. It's different what people are having based off the conversations having on the internet. It's much different.
I think you should be able to. A woman should be comfortable with you sending her kids to their dad house if they don't act right under your rules. Like, you should have that option. You got a 16-year-old, they don't want to follow the house rules. Go to your dad house. Get out. Like, he can take you. He can take care of all that type of stuff. She should understand that and be able, and that should be an option. Cause I know, like, that's what me, like, if my kids is at their mom house, they acting up, they not following the house rules, come send them here.
My kids wake up in the middle of the night and come sneak into the bed. I don't know if any of y'all had little kids that did that before. But
every night, bro. Every fucking night.
Regardless of the scenario.
I send them back. We can't do this. Daddy likes action. Get your ass back in the goddamn bed. That is a bad habit to start markets when they do that, because then they don't think it's normal and they're gonna always do it, and they'll never get out of that habit.
Hey, don't you bring your ass to my bed tonight? You heard?
I agree with you, and it's already done. It ain't no star. It's a habit in place already.
Oh, yeah, I had to fix that habit.
I agree with you.
Hey, I got locks on doors, Marcus. I got locks on doors.
Yeah,
man, my daughter beat on the door like she the police.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've had some experiences where, like what had happened. But if you start early, you put that shit in place. It's almost like eating vegetables. If you tell them to eat vegetables early, they're gonna eat vegetables. You tell them to drink water, they're gonna drink water. My kids love water. Kids love vegetables. It's because it started early. That's what they was introduced to. You start introducing them coming to that bed, they're gonna feel obligated. They're gonna feel entitled. This is where I need to be. And if anything else changes, it's gonna be a different story. Trying to transition them out of your bed to stay in their bed, it's gonna be a masterpiece.
It's work, yeah.
You know what messed me up, JR? My daughter, right? We had put her in the crib. Like, my kids is they bigger than normal. So she started climbing out the crib, and we're like, oh, whatever. We'll set it back down. So one day she climbs up to the crib and flips out and lands on her the back of her neck. I thought my daughter almost died. It happened to be a ball pit underneath. I was so scared of losing my child. I never let her have to sleep in the room again. And then we just start having more kids. And then I got a California king size bed. And what I'm gonna have to do is get another California king size bed. And
just get an Alaskan then. Don't get a California, get an Alaskan size bed.
Get an Alaskan.
Yeah, it's bigger. It's hey, but
California king just is the same size as a regular king, really, just different shape.
So I barely fit in it because so I'm 6'8", so 6'7". So my body kind of don't fit.
Niggas always get themselves an inch.
I mean, I took it down.
How is that not a plausible moment with that bullshit he just said? How is that not a fucking plausible moment?
I said pause, nigga. I said it.
Hold on.
I didn't hear
it. It's true both ways. I think a nigga gonna if a nigga gonna give himself an inch away too.
And now he gonna say it again.
Niggas gonna lie about that shit too.
I'm about to tell people I'm 6'1".
You snitching now.
It's just game.
No.
Yeah,
wow. Get you an Alaskan size bed, bro. Just no, you.
Hold on, why are we telling this man to get a bigger size bed so his kids can sleep in there? We need to be telling him keep them goddamn kids out of the bed.
Well, first of all, the nigga just said he's 9 feet tall.
I don't care. Them kids shouldn't be in that damn bed with him. They shouldn't be in the bed. They got their own bed in their own room. If them kids can't sleep, you know what you do? Take your big ass to their room. Lay down with them. When they go to sleep, go back to your own goddamn room. That's how you break that goddamn habit. The only thing they really want is you to be beside them.
And what you
I'm
drinking?
gonna sleep beside you for 20 minutes, and I'm gonna take my big ass back to my bedroom and go to sleep.
Bro, you drinking a squirt?
You put it in the squirt.
You drinking a squirt with us, bro?
That's why they sleeping with you, because you take all the goddamn juices.
You probably got all the snacks in your bedroom. That's why they come in there with you.
You know, it's crazy. My kids used to come sleep with me all the time because before I was with my girl, before she lived with me, that just was like I didn't care. They used to come in my bed all the time, like, so we kind of had to get them out of that. You know, we had to get them out of that once we moved together. But the crazy thing is like the way I don't know about y'all kids, my kids sleep crazy. I don't like my son get in my bed for whatever reason. I end up all the way on almost off the bed, and he's just
hell no.
6 years. Like something about them is like, yo, I'm just gonna keep moving to the left. It never is every time. So yeah, they can't come in my bed no more.
Yeah, he in there whooping your ass in the sleep.
I don't woke up with my daughter and she had her leg inside my shorts, like through the waistband. Sleep. I'm like, how do you do this? Like, and then you see hot. So now it's like I got a fucking heating pad, like a living heating pad laying up under it. Nah, bro, I'm cool. I think you just killed it for them. So I'm finna go ahead and start this new rule. I'm gonna start locking my door at night. Then I'm gonna turn off power to the rest of the house so they don't, because they scared of the dark, so they won't try to come in my room, walk in that long hallway.
No, my kids are just sprint. They just gonna sprint in the hallway. That's all. Gonna hear these little footsteps.
Now my kid's scary, so shit, I ain't gotta worry about it.
I'm a PhD.
And this kid shit get dark too. So I'm watch tonight. I'm gonna send you a video how dark it shit get in here when I turn the power off.
I'm a PhD.
What the fuck are you talking? Who the fuck is that?
Alaskan King mattress. Jesus Christ.
That's a big boy, ain't it?
A big ass bed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
You gotta make sure the room can fit that.
Yeah, you gotta have the right room. You gotta have one of those rectangular shaped, wide, long rooms. Pause.
Yeah, I got one on the 3rd floor. We was gonna switch to.
Well, shit. What's the measurement? I don't see the measurements on it.
Big
I'm a PhD.
I mean, I see the measurement height of 12 inches. I mean, God,
you ain't gonna be able to buy no sheets out of the store either. You're gonna have to order everything online.
Yeah, I got a website.
But that's what I said. If I put 2 California Kings together, then they'll be the, you know what I'm saying?
Soft, medium, firm.
There's still plenty of room up there. That way, yeah, that was my plan. Yeah. I just gotta,
Your kids can't get in the bed that you just finished fucking in either. Like, that's another thing that I think is gross. I feel bad. I feel super bad.
It's just gonna have to be gross because they won't sleep.
Well, no, I know. Yeah, it just has to be gross. But like, And then you know another thing too. This is something that me and my partners was talking about. Like, bro, when y'all sleep in the bed with y'all ladies, y'all still be trying to get it while they sleep. I'm like, no, nigga. I've never tried to, you know what I'm saying, hit my old lady while like the kids are in the bed.
Oh,
Like, what are you talking about? It's like, shit, you know, you don't want to wake her up. Like, no, I just kicked them kids out of the fucking room. If that's the case, I'm not finna just try to roll over here and get no lazy Sunday morning side booty with 2 kids on the other side of the bed that she cuddling with. Hell no.
By 80. Damn, that's a nice ass bed right there.
Yeah, hey Hank, I just got to send you one, but this one is a Alaskan King Biggie, 144 by 108.
12 feet by 9.
$13,000.
Yeah.
God damn.
And the comforter set, each comforter set gonna be
$1,000.
$1,000.
You get free shipping. That's all that matters. You get free shipping.
Hey, you get free shipping, but you don't get free setup. They're gonna drop that bitch off in your back and right in front of your garage and leave that bitch there.
So I assume it's not coming in a box like my mattress did.
It will take 2 days to unravel.
Hey, so go ahead and drop that 13 ball, Hank. Let us know how it go for you.
But see, that's overkill for me. I'm not 6'9" like 6'7" or 6'8" like Marcus. I'm 6'3". So
my lady want a big bed so we can do like the kids and the kid movie shit, like watch movies and shit in bed. I'm like, we got a media room for that.
Yeah.
I don't want them motherfuckers. I had this thing, right? When I was a kid, I couldn't go in my parents' bedrooms. Like that was like I couldn't go in there. I had to go stand at the door and talk to them if I needed something. And if you know what I'm saying, and if I did need something, I would call and stay on the phone so I can go in the room and get it. Like my kids just walk in my room like they fucking pay rent here. Like it's like they pay a bill and then the door closed. I can't even go shit in peace. And like the door closed, they get mad. Like I'm like, why are you neglecting us? Like my son told my stepmom, he's like, my dad goes in the bathroom and closes the door and I don't like it.
You know what's crazy, bro? It's toxic because they don't want to hang out with you. They just want to have access to you. Like they just want to know they still got access.
Or they want you to come feed them. Like as soon as I see them, I was like, I know they want something. Where's my iPad charger? Can I have a snack? Can I have some juice? Can I have some Gushers? Can I have chicken wings? I want Raising Cane's. Like what the fuck? Like my
they got trapped. They do got trapped. As soon as you get horny and y'all get alone, they gonna pop their ass up. I don't give a fuck what time.
That's true.
It is.
That's definitely true.
They like, oh shit, the force is activated. Let's go, block. They be on that shit, man.
We on the couch touching each other private parts, and then here comes this little 3-year-old that want to jump in between y'all. Like, man, if you don't get your ass off me, my shit has moved. I'm damn near ready to go. You need to move. You know I can't hug you now. Yeah, now you got to give us some gap. Like, no, bro.
Oh shit, I like this other one now. Now I'm invested in these goddamn beds. God damn.
You be getting it cracking, listening for them little footsteps and shit. Like,
no, you be getting it cracking. And then you sound like the fucking police at your bedroom door, and it's a fucking toddler.
Yeah, I could go with this one.
Police, we looking for a man. Killed a couple
My kids not.
Yeah,
I know they're gonna be.
I like it. The Alaskan King Mini. I like this one.
Hey, listen, look, hey JR, go make you an affiliate link real quick so you can get this sale for Hank. Click the button. He not already sent it to Miss Hank too, and she finna co-sign it. Watch them talk about he got it in 2 3 weeks.
Look, the thing about it, Willie, I just bought a mattress, so give me about 5 years on that, and then I'll be ready to upgrade to this one.
I think I'm sold on getting it when I move back to Texas. I think I'm sold on getting one, but it's not for the movie shit. It's just so, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the wet spot, you don't want to get up. You can just roll to the other side of the bed and deal with that shit later.
I will keep that to myself.
Yeah. I think it's, you know how bad they say, like, if she getting up, you ain't do nothing. Well, fuck, how you think I feel? If I get up, like now, you finna see me walking around here with my fucking newly rubbery ass legs, like I just got.
My God,
I'm cool. Just cover it up and go to sleep.
Shit. Let me say this before I go. Real dope. Congratulations on your engagement, my brother. Happy for you. Congratulations.
Man, I'm happy for you too, nigga. But thank you for setting the bar so high. Like that nigga got the bar set higher than giraffe ass. Next nigga to know him propose, they gotta go to
What
the
you do?
fucking moon.
What you do? What you do?
It's on my Instagram. You want to check it out? We went to a nice resort and
Some extra shit.
And we're gonna pull it up, man.
Yeah, he
Where-
did some
where you
rich
went?
nigga shit for this one. Like
yeah.
Where you went?
I'm
Speak
like,
up.
damn.
The Ritz Carlton
Hey,
in
I
the
know.
Maldives.
if y'all women are
Only thing
following
I-
him, go on, make sure they
The only thing
unfollow
I
that
need to
nigga
see was
now.
Brian McKnight coming out there. That's all I need to see next. God damn.
Took your
No,
shorty
he
to
a
the
good dad. He don't want
Maldives.
Brown McKnight singing for him. He a good father.
Damn.
Good luck. You spent
Yeah.
a penny, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
It's all
Make-
relative, right?
Yeah, make sure your woman is not following this nigga because he gonna make the shit expensive for you.
It ain't about the money. You know what my
Hey,
homie had
well, he
called
made
me?
me feel bad by going to the goddamn courthouse.
It's not about the money, it's the memories, right?
Yeah, my homie had called me. He like, dang, you know, what's her name sent me that post you did, you know, she gave me the side eye, and I'm like, it ain't about the money.
He need to break up with her now,
no, because they married already. But
or he
I
need to
know
divorce her now.
I had to tell him like it's not about the money because I know that when he got married and he just did it in Jamaica, I know that he over leveraged himself, like for what he had. It's all about doing what you can with what you got, like. And I'm
What you
like,
mean
I'm sure
over-leveraged?
she appreciated that. What you say?
Nigga went
say
into debt for a wedding.
I'm sitting.
When you,
Most-
is that what you
most-
meant? What Willie just said?
Oh yeah, I knew that whatever he did, I knew that was like the extent of what he could do, you know. And that's typically what most men do. Like whatever they do is they probably really going outside of their budget, no matter what it is.
Shit, let the
You know
chat
where that
tell it.
shit start? With a watch in the car. When she see that watch in the car, she gonna expect that Maldives whatchamacallit.
I knew you was about to do that. Hey,
Nah,
listen,
Nah, my girl, listen. When I met my girl after probably a few months, I was driving her car. You know what I'm saying, so my shit broke down. I'm like, you know, I gotta use her car, pick up my kids and all that type of stuff. So, you know.
So since you set the bar so high as for the Maldives, so I should expect a 6-figure wedding.
You said the wedding? My wedding gonna be
Since
beautiful.
you
It's
set
gonna
the
be
bar
small
so
though.
high for the Maldives, the wedding has to multiply that. You know that, right?
I mean, my wedding gonna be it's probably not. I don't know how much it's gonna be, but I know what I want to do though. I want to do a real small wedding in a European country, just be really beautiful. Probably only want like 30 people there, but I just a beautiful wedding.
That sound
All
like
types of
6
flowers.
figures.
I don't know. We gonna see.
I'm crashing. Just FYI, I'm fucking crashing.
Oh yeah, you gonna be there for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely crashing. You said in a European country? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm trying to get this right. So you have no problem spending 6 figures on a wedding?
Do I have no problem doing it? Depends on you know, it's all relative. So I'm not a what you shaking your head for?
That's a yes or a no.
It depends. We'll see what we want to do. Depends on how she feels, depends on how I feel. You know, we'll see what we want to do.
You never answer a straight question.
Do I have a problem with it? No, I don't. I wouldn't say that I have a problem with it.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not doing it. I'm trying to spend $200-300. Because let the chat tell it. I'm broke.
Nah. You know, Willie gonna break the bank.
$200-300. A bottle of Hennessy and a Rose toy. We're gonna have fun. That's it.
So the good question to ask is, what does she do occupational wise? You don't have to like say, but is it does she have a good
What does she do?
occupation? Yeah.
She don't got one no more.
Oh, you took off the market. You told she ain't got to work no more.
Yeah, it was stressful for her. So you know, you come work for me.
Damn.
She getting paid. She ain't even do no work yet.
Yeah.
We gotta start to get her roll.
Look, I'm trying to go on my girl phone and make sure you block, bro. She don't need to see that.
Nah, I know. I listen. I know his joint gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
He gonna jump out of plane.
No, I will say this though. In all transparency, I do have like a bunch of ideas that I've thought been. I think of an idea, I write it down. I got a Pinterest board type shit. But when I was looking at shores, I was like, oh yeah, shit. Yeah. More than anything, I want to go to this fucking resort. And I've been to the Maldives. I ain't go there though. I was at St. Regis.
Being here let me realize that this is probably the best resort in the Maldives. And the service is like, it's a different level. You like, yo, it's actually worth it. Like, it's worth every penny. And you being here, like outside of paying what it costs to get there and the flights and all that type of stuff, you want to spend between $500,000 a day just to be there. Like on the food and all that type of stuff.
$1,000 a day.
$500 to $1,000 a day just to eat. Just to be there. Like it's expensive, but the amount of attention that they pay, from the time we got there, all the leadership was like speaking to us. Whenever we at a restaurant, they come and they introducing themselves, they talking to us. They all are on the same page and they communicating like through email about you and details about you, so that you might go to breakfast and they be like, "How was the gym?" You like, "How the fuck you know I was just at the gym?" Like, "How was the gym, Mr. Lomax?" They be on, like, that's the type of time that, like, it's the services, it's amazing. Like, if anybody ever can go there, I would, like, it's a different feeling being there. Like the restaurant manager of the Japanese restaurant, he come talk to you. He like how you guys doing or whatever. And he's like, have you tried this? And he's like, 1 second, I'll be back. I'll go ask them to make it and I'll come bring it to you and ask you how you like it. Like, they come back 10 minutes later, like, give you the plate and like, how do you like this? Like, it's different. I loved it. I loved every second of it.
I need a birthday trip, man. Destination. I gotta start thinking about that. I just feel weird going back to the Maldives again. Like,
you ever been to Seychelles yet?
Yeah, I went to Seychelles in 2007 and 2011. I love it there. It's the most beautiful beaches in the world.
Fiji.
Yeah. I stepped on a sea urchin in Seychelles and still had a blast.
Of course you've been to Thailand,
Bali.
You done been everywhere.
Well, yeah, but still,
start life.
I'm not trying to go back to. I was thinking, like, I went to the Maldives. I didn't think I could redo the Maldives better than I did it the first time. But when I went, the Ritz-Carlton wasn't open. They were still building it.
Got you.
So, I mean, I need to find something for my birthday though, because that's
go to Antarctica.
Go to Antarctica? No, I'm cool, bro. I'm black. I don't think Antarctica seen a nigga since the nigga seen Antarctica, bro. Like, I'm cool.
Change the game with that one.
I've been to Greenland. It looked like Antarctica.
That's close.
That's fine.
You go to Iceland.
I've been to Keflavik, Iceland before. Yeah. Iceland's not.
Where haven't you
Iceland
been?
Looks green.
Is there anywhere you haven't been?
Greenland. Yeah, I haven't been to a lot of Africa. I haven't been to. I haven't been to Hawaii. I mean, I just don't see a point in going. I think it's expensive and stupid, and it's a long flight to be in America, so I don't want to go.
That was the first trip we took, Hawaii.
Hawaii? Yeah.
Hawaii was decent. I went to Oahu. It was decent.
Yeah. I was almost got stationed there when I was in the military, but I like called my detailer and begged to not go because I didn't want to go to Hawaii. They're trying to send me to Lanai. And I'm cool. I think I should get married in Dubai personally. It's just.
You said Dubai?
Hell yeah. If I didn't have kids, I would have never came back home. I would have never come back to America if I didn't have children.
Interesting.
Yeah, Dubai is it.
I learned a lot about them. I didn't know the Maldives had their own people. I didn't know that. Yep. That they have Maldivian people with their own language. Never knew that. Learned a lot about them.
I mean, niggas got their own language.
Yeah, like they got their
Every
own
culture got their own language.
Like they teach the language in school. It's like a Maldivian type of language, and it's interesting. You know, they got their own history. They look like Indians though. They look like Indians, Sri Lanka. You know, people from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Like, I believe anybody got a language after I seen them back. the black people that be monkeys and stuff, that be doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm like, what are
Can't
they
even write
saying?
that shit down.
Like this, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Hey, you know where all y'all should try to go at some point? South Africa for New Year's. It's summertime there.
I heard South Africa was. I've been hearing a lot about South Africa, and I actually had looked into it, and I do want to visit it. It's nice.
Go for New Year's. Like you forget what time of year it is.
Well, you do get that in Texas sometimes. Shit.
No, it's different because it's an ocean right out there. So you got beaches, water sports, all of that shit for New Year's. Like you can be parasailing, bring in the New Year. You could be scuba diving, bring in the New Year, and it's like summertime. So being on the East Coast for the past 4 years, I've considered that, like taking the fam down there, and it's like kid friendly. Like you can have a good time. Problem is just the flights. Like that's a long ass flight.
Yeah. Kenny, you coming to the wedding?
If you invite me, I wear my top hat.
I want you to wed us.
I
want you to be the officiant.
Yeah, I want you to officiate the wedding.
Nah, I ain't no preacher. I ain't gonna do it.
Nah, you be preaching to me on this drawing. You be preaching to me all the time. He be like, so you will lie between that woman's bosoms, but you can't marry her. You love the flesh, but you be preaching to me.
Yeah, but look what that spurned you to do. Now you about to take a wife. Good job, son.
Yeah, man, you just gotta finish the job, man.
I'm the last unwed friend I have.
What you want me to tell you after that?
No pressure.
Do what you're supposed to do. So what made you feel that this was
It's the first woman I've ever actually asked to be with. It's the first woman I asked to be my girlfriend.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I knew
I
I wanted
to be your
come.
girlfriend, but what made you feel that this is the one that would do it for you? Being that you said you was a ladies' man a long time.
Yeah, she was the first woman where I felt like I didn't get tired of being with her. Like, like you. To me, like before, I wouldn't care if my woman put on lingerie. They put on lingerie, I'd be like, yo, why not just be naked? Just get naked, and it's like that it don't make no sense to put on lingerie. But from being with her and she put on lingerie, I'm like, I actually appreciate you putting on lingerie. Something about it with you, I enjoy it. I like that you did this for me. But everybody in the past, I'm like, just take your clothes off. What are you doing? So I kind of I got to a point where I kind of realized I feel like, how they say the ocean is like, we only discover 10% of it. 90% of it is never discovered. I kind of felt like that sexually with her. I never got tired of, just kind of being with her versus other women who I fucked you. I fucked you already.
Okay, so now I'm gonna challenge you to get out of the intimacy realm and tell me what made her cleave to you, and
what made her cleave to me.
Yeah, what made you feel that I could lay my insecurities and my vulnerabilities in this one woman?
It's 3 words. He's that nigga. That's all. Simple.
Well, I know one thing that I think is important, bro. I know one thing I think is important. I think I knew I wanted to get married to her after we moved in together. So that's 2024. I knew I wanted to marry her from the rip. I knew I could marry her. I didn't know if it was the right decision until 2024, because the way that we went through our issues and our problems.
2024 after you got on the panel?
This panel? No, I wasn't even on here that long. But 2024, I realized that I was willing to fight through our problems to be with her. A lot of the old relationships when I was younger is more like, I wasn't fighting through nothing. Like, you do something wrong, I'm out. But we went through problems and we fixed them. We went to therapy. We worked through them ourselves. And I realized I want to fight through things with you. I want to fight through life with you. So yeah, I think that's important for people. Are you willing to go through discomfort and rough times with this person? If so, that's your answer.
I'll take it.
If you go
I'll
broke,
take
she
it.
gonna be there.
You said if I go broke, she gonna be there. She gonna be here for some time. I don't know if she gonna be there forever. I don't know if I want her to be there forever.
See, that's what make me put belt to ass when you say stuff like that. You doing so well.
She stopped giving me pussy. You think I'm gonna be here forever?
You know there's gonna be a day when that don't mean nothing. Just the presence of that person that roughed it through your life with you. That's all you need.
And vice versa.
You realize that, right?
Absolutely.
There's a day your thing ain't gonna work.
Nah, it's gonna work for a long time though.
Don't come in for the pastor. Come in for the
Hey,
message.
Will, you talking to us?
What you say, Willie? We didn't hear you.
My bad. Like, see, that's the thing. It won't matter when his shit don't work, but when it does work and that shit is viable, that's you just not gonna be able to sit here and think that you're not gonna give me no pussy and we stay married. Like we don't even tell men to tolerate that. So I don't think that.
But that's not even a question. There's gonna be that period of time. I asked, what made you feel that you'll cleave to this woman? Pretty much that means to the rest of your life. I like saying your lotto ticket. You found forever. I like hearing the bubbly shit. I don't want to hear about sex. Anybody can fuck his nigga shoe off. What are the tangibles that made this woman someone that you could lay your insecurities and vulnerabilities with and will wipe your ass and never leave you? There are words called richer for poor, for sick and health, till death do us part. Those things come with a marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does she embody those things, and are you willing to embody them? And when you say something like that, it gives me pause.
Yeah. Well, I just want to be clear that no matter if my marriage works out or if it doesn't work out, like the worst thing you could do is not try. Like I don't care about money. Like I'm always gonna get money, so I have no fear of losing my money, and like I'm always gonna get it. It's gonna come back.
Wait,
and trying, and what you say?
Are y'all prenupping or no?
Oh yeah, we gonna do that regardless.
Okay.
I ain't gonna have to. I'm not gonna use the state's prenup. That just don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna come to our own. We gonna figure out what we want to do.
I'm not gonna use one at all. I'm just gonna go raw. Fuck it.
He playing.
I'm just saying, if this one don't work, I don't even need to worry about what happened after because I'm going to hell of jail.
Yeah,
it's one of those two. I don't think I'm really worried about it.
I'm listening to your presentation.
Kenny, but no,
you're
Kenny,
putting a lot of investment into something.
But Kenny, you gotta think like I got 3 kids, right? When she met me, I didn't have no real money. When she met me, I had a 2002 Ford Impala. No, not Impala. What the fuck did I have? I had some sort of Ford. I forgot what it was.
You had a jalopy. Okay.
Yeah, little piece of BS.
When
right?
you was getting it out the mud. Okay,
3 kids, 3 baby moms. 3 kids, 3 baby moms. My girl wake up. She cook for my kids every morning. She cook for them every night.
She West Indian?
I'm sorry, no, she black. Just the simple fact that she's
West Indians are black. They're West Indians that's black.
She's black African American.
FBA, she FBA.
Yeah. Just like the simple fact that she's willing to do certain things for me and sacrifice certain things when she could be with a guy that don't got no kids. Just kind of like, a lot more freedom. It's a lot more of a, like at my position, I can't risk having a woman who doesn't want to be a mom. Even though she's not a mom, she's technically not a mother. She has no children. But it's certain things that I need that she, has to be ready for in order to come into my life. And I can't date a woman who just want to fuck around and go on vacations and all that other type of stuff. It's a whole nother side that I need out of a woman. Like I need you to be able to teach my daughters. I need you to be able to be there. I need them to have a motherly figure inside of the house, or else that's a big thing for me in being with somebody, because that's a non-negotiable for me. So yeah, it's a lot of things that I think she contributes to me.
What's your home structure? You biblical now or nah?
No, I'm not biblical at all.
But you said you wanted your kids raised in a biblical format, didn't you?
I don't think that's a biblical format.
I'm gonna say again. Didn't you say you want your kids reared in under the auspices of the church?
No, where do you be getting this from?
You did say that. You said you want your kids raised differently than you. I'm good at regurgitating things that you tell me because I did.
Regurgitate what I said.
You said you want your kids to follow the tenets under God, unlike you when you was out there being the ladies' man that you were when in Rome. Remember that?
I've never said that. I've never said it in my life.
What do you want to bet that you did say that?
Okay, say it again so everybody can write it down. What I say?
You said you wanted your kids raised under biblical tenets.
I'll bet you what, $1,000? You want to do 2,000? I've never said it in my entire life.
Nah, we'll do 50 push-ups because your man owe me a G's. But you know,
I'll do 50 push-ups. Easy work.
Okay.
I got $1 on it.
So I remember the show when you were telling about your kids, and then I hammered down on you, and it was also Clout, and he gave his POV, and you said, I did it this way, but I would prefer my kids get raised this way.
I would prefer that my kids get married and then have children.
Sir, you said more than that.
That don't even sound, Willie. Do that even sound like me? I prefer my kids be raised by the biblical tenets.
Okay, you could put yourself in for 50 push-ups too. I would love to see this.
I don't even know what the biblical tenets are. Like,
and we gotta do 50 straight. Because if I lose, I'm gonna give you 50 straight.
You know, I typically don't like to make bets with people who have more experience doing something than me. But given your background, I'm fairly certain that you've had a lot more time to be in a small room doing push-ups. I would take a push-up challenge against you, though. I would do that.
I love push-ups. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite.
Okay, bet good.
Yes.
I'm gonna post it. So I want a video of Willie beaming. Don't give me them with your butt up in the air. I want like the military ones. I'm gonna make you strong for the summer. I don't care.
Pause. Just start with pause. Let's leave that there. I'm
but
here
you
for
did.
all.
Hey, Mont, you did say it.
I don't talk like that.
Hello, motherfucker.
And you know, when you're betting that somebody says something, you know you have to say exactly the words that they said. I never said I want my kids raised by biblical tenets. That never came out of my mouth.
Okay,
so
we're not going verbatim. You said you want kids raised. We're not doing that. You know exactly what I mean.
How you going to say I said something and I didn't?
Word.
And now you're saying I didn't say it.
You said you said that. Nah, I don't want my kids raised under the Bible. Didn't you just say that?
No, I never said I want my kids raised under the Bible. I don't know what it said. I never read it.
Hey, just know that when I get engaged, you niggas then ask me all these fucking questions. Just know that I'm doing it, and y'all can show the fuck up if you want to. But I'm not.
I figure that you're what Willie. I give you this. I think that you're intelligent enough to know that strategic move makes sense for you. I think you're calculated.
Oh, very, very.
Oh yeah, I've researched you. You.
That's pause.
I'm a PhD.
Your father, risk taker, like the high life.
Super pause. But yeah, I am definitely very.
What super pause? I did my recon on you.
Oh, you said research? That sounds gay. Recon sounds a little more.
Yeah, the research sound gay.
Put gloves on. Throw the whole dictionary out.
Yeah, it sounds a little weird.
Research. But, hey, JR, you ever think you'd meet a day when research sounded queer? The word.
No, it's not the word, it's the acts, because women research men. Other men researching men. It's almost like, well, I mean, my mentees research me too, so I get it. No problem.
So they're queer too.
No, they're not queer. They just, because they're younger and they're, trying to convince me to mentor them. So, we have to have a conversation. Like, you can't mentor somebody you don't know shit about.
Okay, so I'm queer because I picked up Jason Wilson's book, The Man the Moment Demands. because someone referred it to me. So I did the research. So that
She
makes
said
me
that I'm
gay because I
I'm
picked up a book
vindictive
for
because
mental health.
I have vindictive.
I'm using what you put on the platform as gay. Okay, I wanted to learn about religion, so it made me a homosexual because I picked up
No,
Dr.
Kenny,
John
you're
Henry
not gay
Clark.
because of that. Kenny, you gay because he talked about fighting, and then you researched him to see how big he was, because you was a little bit scared. That's what's gay about it. But outside of that,
Okay, so correct you. I posted a picture of somebody who was 290 that I used to box with. If you think I'm scared of anything on God's green earth, you're sadly mistaken. Work on your do-rag.
you don't like my do-rag?
Not.
Man, ain't
I'm a
nothing
little
wrong
too
with
old to
being.
be doing this. A lot of people tell me, but I'm still
Ain't nothing wrong with
very.
being scared of somebody.
You know, I've
Nothing
done.
wrong with that.
Okay, hold on, Willie Beeman. No one's scared of you. Willie
You shouldn't
Beeman.
be.